What is up, everybody out there? Thanks for tuning in to the Lost Boys Recovery Sunday night live stream, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're glad you guys are out here watching. Uh, let's bring in my co host. A lot of you guys know who he is already, Dustin from Dutch Boy Adventures. What's
Hello
going
there.
on,
What's
brother?
up, brother?
What's going on? How was your day?
It was a good day. I got some shopping in, got my fishing license, and
There you go.
yeah, it was a good day. Spent some time with my boy, and yeah, I can't complain. Can't complain. And the weather is getting better.
Yes, that's the time's changing. What, in like a week or two, I guess?
I don't know. Is it? You tell
I think
me.
I think 2 weeks. I think the clocks change, which means when we people out there detecting like you and I, we can stay out for that extra
Oh
hour and get a little more sun there. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure everybody on the chat here is too. So,
yeah.
so
Oh yeah. Heck
but,
yeah. Yeah, man.
yeah,
I'm ready.
heck yeah. Well, speaking of the chat, let's take a little bit of time here and see who we got out here already. Some early birds here, which is always cool to see. We got 14 in the house.
I know we got Michael Vidovich from West Shore Hobbies, one of our sponsors. Thank you, Michael, for tuning in.
Yeah,
Guys need anything, he kind of sponsors me and takes care of me. And I know he got great deals on Mind Lab and some other brands. And check him out.
right.
He's a good guy. Takes care of his peeps.
Hey, real quick, I want to do two shout outs quick before I go too deep. I'm gonna do Robert of Mainly Dirt Fishing.
Yeah,
He really plugged the show tonight, so I really appreciate it. I know he sent some people our way. So Robert, I know you're watching the chat. Thanks for helping us out, man. Definitely it doesn't go unnoticed.
yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely
Appreciate it.
awesome.
I think
So yeah,
Sean's on with Berks County too.
there you go. Yep, they've helped us out as well. I mean, it's all about a good support from everybody. We try to do the same at the end of the show. We try to point people in directions as far as other people's live streams. Not just promoting ours, but everyone else that's doing it as well. So yeah.
Heck yeah. Two Taverns Todd. What up, boy?
What up, Todd boy?
Got Underground Buddha.
Oh,
What
we
up?
got Bobby in the house. That's good.
Yep.
Kevin Myers is in here. What's up, buddy?
Mark Thomas. Hello, Mr. Thomas. You're not going to win anything, Mark. We got nothing for you.
Old History Project. They're new as far as I've seen. Welcome to the channel, and
Yeah,
thanks for tuning
welcome.
in.
Hey, Jersey History Hunter. Who's that? Sup, Audra?
We got a newbie, Miss May Ornit. I think I probably said that wrong. I don't know how do you think you say that? Ornit? Not sure. Well, welcome to the show. Yeah, we're gonna greet some people here for a little bit. Sometimes
Yeah,
we kind of hop into the chat and we don't acknowledge everybody, that does pop in. So we're trying to, give everybody a little bit of heads up and hi, and let them know that we're glad that they're here.
yeah.
So we figured,
We're here to bring you guys content. So, I know in the last couple episodes we jumped right into things,
yeah,
and we didn't spend as much time with you guys, and that's one of the reasons we do this. So, thanks for tuning in, week in and week out. Appreciate it.
yeah, trying to bring some good topics to the table. I mean, Dustin, I know he did a lot of note taking on this one, so he's
Yep.
going to have a whole bag of tricks to offer. I have some notes as well. We're just going to kind of collaborate. We didn't really do much planning. Dustin basically told me that he really didn't want to talk about this topic between us because he wanted to kind of get two different sides of the story. Like, the way Dustin might door knock is going to be different than maybe how I door knock. His approach might not be the same approach as my approach, So we're going to kind of, bounce off each other a little bit tonight and some tips and tricks that we both have, to offer everybody out there watching. So
Yep, exactly. Hey, Patty's Adventures. Welcome. Welcome, fam.
hey, real quick before we get too far, guys, I know Dustin, but have you subscribed to his channel, Dutch Boy Adventures? It's
I
on YouTube.
got
You
some
can do some loving.
good videos, guys. Over 100 videos. I have some good collabs with Aqua Chigger, Jerry Ross. and there's even a couple dirt digging PAs where Andy's in it. And so just check it out. We have a lot of canal digging videos, which encompasses, it's kind of like archaeology in a way, because you just digging into the past. Right. But lots of metal detecting, lots of good finds. Check it out. I appreciate it. And then my boy Frank's in the videos. You'll see him. He's my gorilla buddy. But yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Andy. I appreciate that.
No worries. We'll plug you again here at the end somehow. But like I said, everybody hasn't checked them out yet. Do so. And obviously, a lot of you guys probably tuned into the channel tonight are probably already subscribed to my channel. If not, hit the bell. That way, when we do go live together here, you'll know, when we go, which is going to be Sundays more than likely. But
and Alan knows I'm a permission beast because I have all the permissions around him.
There you go.
But I'm taking
some subs coming your way, it looks like.
Bam. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to take Alan out. Alan's going to take me out. We're going to have a good time. New friends. We're going to have a good time and hopefully learn a little bit off each other and find some good stuff.
We got Shelly and Dawn in here. It looks
like.
They're probably.
I hope you guys can see us. I know your eyes might have like sunspots in them from being in the sun so much, and your tans may be so golden that you can't see your reflections off the screen. Well, hi.
Who else we got? Phil Bordner's in here. Shoo, we got Arnie. Arnie, welcome to the show. I don't know if we ever saw you in here before yet. A bunch of people. The chat's flying already.
Oh yeah. And when you're on here, guys, it's okay. Chat in the room. Have fun. You can listen to us. You can chat with each other. There's no shaming here. No one's better than anyone. No one's an expert, really, until we tell you there's an expert amongst us. We're all just enthusiasts to have fun. So, that's part of hopefully the attraction to being on here. So someone asked me, am I near Reading, PA? Yeah, I'm with probably about an hour. I mean, I'm in Harrisburg, so pretty centralized to everything. I could hit anything within an hour. Gettysburg, Reading, anywhere. Even Maryland, parts of Maryland. Hour, 15, 20 minutes.
Got some Florida people in here.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So what else do we got here once?
I don't know, but Patty's Adventures got 8 inches of snow in Massachusetts.
Wow.
Yeah, that sucks.
Let me ask you something. I mean, when was the last time you were out digging? For me, I'm sorry to say it's almost been a month, if not longer. It's been crazy, man. I mean,
it's only been like 7 or 8 days for me, but it sucked the last time. Me and Vinny went out and he got a couple things, but I had higher hopes and expectations. So the last time I went out and hit it was probably a month ago, where I got that 1 farthing. So, but yeah, I'm ready. And I think I'm going to go out crossing my fingers with Vinny on Tuesday and check out some fields. So I'm waiting. I can't wait, man.
Yikes, because I haven't been out for a month. That's how I feel.
Ooh, that's cabin fever, baby. That is cabin
I feel it too, I'll tell you.
Yeah, mainly dirt fishing. How you doing?
All right, we got 30 in the house. I think we're feeling pretty good to maybe start pumping it up. We just wanted to say hi. If we missed you, we're sorry. We're going to try to acknowledge you throughout the show here. But yeah, no offense taken if we didn't mention you.
North Carolina, though. My last hunt, I didn't have to knock or call. The property owner called me and asked if I would detect the property again. So I went there after work Friday.
Awesome.
All right. Hey, give me a call.
Fine.
Oh, wow. They got a Dirty Digger. How you doing, Dirty Digger?
There you go, Dirty Digger.
We got better handles than truckers, don't we, guys? Happy now, y'all here?
All right. Two Taverns. Todd says, knock that door. I guess you want to get moving here, or what do you think? Yeah. 33's in the house.
I think we could get started. All right. So, you want me to get started on this?
No, I'm going to basically say, I mean, tonight's topic, a lot of people already know, tuned in. It's all about metal detecting permissions, different aspects, different ways. I don't know how much he's going to go into what topics and whatever on different ways he wants to, say it and whatever. But permissions can be different ways as far as how you get them. We're going to talk about, do you do it online? Are you shy? Do you go and knock on doors? We're going to kind of touch on a lot of that different stuff. If we miss something, and you have a question and I see it, I'm going to put it up on the screen. Either Dustin will answer it or I will, or we'll try to do our best to do so. So, but yeah, I guess Dustin, if you want to take it away, I'll get us started here. Like I said, Dustin's got a lot of notes. So hopefully he can point us in the right direction, and I'm going to chime in on whenever I can. so yeah.
All right. Well, first I want to say is I'm talking about this stuff. Don't mistake. I'm not trying to be arrogant or anything like that, guys. I'm just trying to share what I know that's worked for me. By no means am I the best. I've had the door slammed in my face a couple times. It's just I try to minimize that. Right. And I'm going to start by saying the first thing, and I'm not going to go in depth in it because I think the topic I'm going to mention has been smashed over the last week, and that's research.
Yeah.
So it starts with research. So if you don't even know, if you're just randomly walking up and knocking on doors, that's a problem. Okay. Now, if you're out somewhere and you're getting skunked and then you see a place that's old, yeah, I understand that. Go knock on that door. You don't have time to do that research. That's definitely understandable. But overall, if you wake up on a Saturday morning and go, I'm just going to go door knocking, it's, you're setting yourself up for failure. So I'm going to pick up from, we've already done our research, and I'm only covering door knocking. Andy had touched base mentioning online, and yeah, there are methods that when he talks about, I'll chime in too. But right now, I'm just going to talk about door knocking. I want to tell you a little bit of my background. I come from retail management. So, we have the gift of bullshit when it comes to retail sales. Hopefully I can say that.
No, you're good.
You're friendly. That's on you, buddy.
We're all adults in here.
But, you have to have, number one, you have to have the ability to talk to people. So, I'm going to start off by saying, if you're shy, and there's so many people in this hobby, because it's a solitary hobby, that most people in this hobby, or a large portion will say, are introverted. They're not comfortable knocking on doors and just putting themselves out there. And I would say to you guys, research is paramount, because the more you know when you go to knock, the better informed, the more you can talk about, and you'll see more of what I'm saying throughout this. Yeah. If not, you guys be the research person, and then find someone that does have that ability and work with them to get your permissions. I've done that with various friends. My buddy Frank, I've done that with Jerry. We've all done our own research, and at different times knocked on doors for each other for whatever various reason. So I'm going to start.
I was going to say, so tell us why is research so important, Dustin? I mean, hopefully I didn't cut you off from where you were going with your flow.
Brother, man, you cut me off anytime you want.
But explain to them why research. I mean, I know why, but go into the detail about that.
You don't know how old, when you do just basic research, anything that anyone can do with a GIS, okay, a property research. As long as you do that, you get the name of the owner, okay, you get the owner's home address if they don't live there. Right. So that's important if you want to get in contact with them. Beyond that. And also because it'll have the age of the home, how many acres, it'll have the boundaries. So really, your property GIS, which almost everyone has, unless there are some townships that can't afford it, but then it would probably be in their bigger county one. But anyways, that is the information you need to go, because in other words, you're doing a cold call. If you don't have any of that behind you, it's a cold call. You're just knocking and hoping you get their sympathy, really. Right. So that's why you have to have your research. Would you agree with me on that?
Yeah, I mean, some people might have luck by just cold call. I mean, I've done that before, but I feel like being prepared, like Dustin's saying, I mean, we're gonna go into more detail why all this stuff's so important to really bang that permission out of the park to get it. I mean, but we'll go into all that. But yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying.
Good. So with that, basically, I'm going to say this: if you're not doing research at all, okay, anyone watching, and I'm looking at here, and I think I know 95% of the people on here, and it would not prescribe to any of you. Okay, but for the ones that maybe not, if you're not doing research, it's hurting the hobby. Okay, got to do your research, have some degree of research, and I'm going to get off that because it's been beat to. So there's 4 things I'm going to cover. All right, appearance, honesty and sincerity, which is relationship building, professionalism, and research, which I just covered. Okay. And even in my note, it says at least know the name of the owners before you knock. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's the very least you can do is know who the heck they are. Now, once
Yeah.
again, you're out in the field, you're out on another permission, someone gives you a heads up, there's a house over there, or you see a house over there, you don't have time. That's okay. The rest of the stuff I'll go over will help you with that. But
Right.
you don't want that to be your norm, just showing up and not knowing nothing. That shouldn't be the norm. So under appearance, you got to remember when you're going up to ask for permission, you're selling yourself. Um, if you didn't brush your teeth, or you got your Metallica shirt on, or a pot leaf shirt, you got dirt stains on your jeans,
Yeah.
and I'm going to tell you no every time, just for being dumb enough to come up like that. So, you're knee deep in a pit, and you decide, okay, we've been here for hours, but I'm going to go knock over here. you know, don't go over all dirty. That's not going to help you. You're better off going back at a later date. Okay. And that's where 9 out of 10 people are just too impatient to do that. I'm old. I got plenty of patience. So no problem.
Right.
Um, like I said, no Metallica, no pot leaf,
Don't look
dirt,
crazy. It's so
no
true.
shirts, no rips, no dirt, no holes on clothing, hats included. Okay. Be respectable. If you're a vet, wear your colors. You know what I mean. A lot of people respect vets out there when we come knocking. They're at least not as ignorant if they say no. Um, that should be all self-explanatory. Yeah, someone said, Olin said, good body odor. Yeah, don't show up not having a shower or not brushing your teeth. Um, but anyway, that's all self-explanatory. If it offends anyone, if it don't work for you, too bad. It's the
Yeah.
truth. Okay. I wish it were different, but and I love Metallica. All right. I love Metallica. So I'm just saying though, use your brain. You're selling yourself.
Yeah.
Uh you got to also remember most of the owners when you're going to older homes and farm fields, they're older. They're conservative by nature. Okay. So you're rolling the dice when you're not going 110% armed with research and your appearance being good. So we're going to get off the appearance because in all reality, how much do you really need to know about?
Yeah. I mean,
Don't smell or look like acetosis. That's what some.
yeah, I mean, another thing is what you were saying about your looks. Like, you don't want to show up to somebody's door with like your shovel and your dirty pants. I know Dustin really didn't mention that, but you don't want to go there like ready to dig. Like, you can't just
No.
expect they're gonna say yes, and you should be all dirty looking and be like, yeah, I'm ready to go. You can't. A lot of times, Dustin, I think he was even saying that he does that scouting before. Like, he doesn't even, like, he'll just be doing it before he even plans to even dig. He come back for
Yeah.
another day, but weren't prepared. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
will. Some more no's would be don't come with your shovel. Okay. If
Yeah.
you walk up to a door with your shovel and detector, just turn around, walk home. Okay. Because you're overwhelming them. No, who in their right mind wants to see some person they don't even know show up with a
Look at his
shovel
mom.
on their. I go with blue hair. They love it. I bet they
Yeah.
do. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to do that. That's not smart.
Right.
That's impatience that people do. And one of the things that I was going to segue into next, which I'm glad Andy brought up, is I don't ask for permission the day I detect it. Not
Yeah.
unless I'm out somewhere, I'm getting skunked, and I see something close. If it's close, generally, unless it's not my permission, I'll know a little bit about it anyway. Okay.
Right.
So unless it's that, you want to be prepared. And you really you can't. It's what you put into it. Okay, the more you put into it, the better things will be for you.
Right.
um, and the more of chance of a success you'll have. So I'll drive around. I'll plot out a neighborhood. Okay, I'll look at a neighborhood. I'll do my research on it, and I don't go all crazy like you guys have been seeing on these live streams with the game changer and all. Man, all them dots, this, that, that's cool and all right. But I think a property GIS has got you there in
Yeah.
historical maps. So with that said, um, you want to have all that behind you, and with that behind you, you go out. I go with my wife. Someone had mentioned about bring your wife with you. You know what? Most of the time, I do. We go out in
Yeah.
a nice country drive or wherever we're going, and I'll know where I want to go. I already know how I want to dialogue with the owners because I know their names, and I go into it, and I just mark it off on my note tablet as I go. And I just, I'll go through the motions of what I say and do, but that is the first thing I do. The first time I knock is not the day I detect,
Yeah.
period. And most people, most of you guys, I don't blame you, won't do that because it's, who wants to waste a day that you could be detecting, right? Well,
Right.
it works for me.
I'm gonna.
So
I'm just
go
gonna
ahead.
say before we go off the research part, I want to just say some things as far as what some of my own personal stories, I guess I could say, is as far as how important research is. So, like, if you do research on these old places, you might have more information to give to the homeowner than they even know themselves. For instance, I was working on a permission for a long, long time, and I knew that there was three old houses back in the middle of the woods, like a mile back from where this guy lived, and I don't know if he knew, he might have. But anyway, I went and talked to this guy, and I had maps printed out, and I showed him where, like, when you print out the old maps, you can see the little squares and the houses and stuff. And I showed him where these house sites used to be way back in the day. Well, he knew about two of those house sites, but he didn't know about the third. And when you can present this stuff to people that think they know everything, but they don't,
Right.
they really know that you put in that extra time to really dig deep and you're really passionate about what you're trying to do. And that, believe it or not, is what he basically came out and told me. He was going to tell me no about hunting on his land, but being that the fact that I'd done, like, he didn't say because I did the research, but he knew I put that time and effort into it, and he was really impressed. And that's basically what he told me. And he said it exactly like this. He's like, Andy, I'm going to green light that. I'll let you on my land. He just wanted to know when I'm on his land and all these other rules he had. But there again, that extra research got me the permission. So it's very important for sure.
Yeah, if you show up in the door and you're just like, "Hey man, can I detect your home?" and you're all ready to go dig coins and everything, they can
Yeah.
read that. These are people that own a home you want to go to. We
Yeah.
don't own a home. So you can't do that. You really can't. And unfortunately, most new people coming into it, they don't understand that. I was once new into this. For me, it was
Right.
like I just want to go do this, this, and this. Well, we're trying to help you guys not have to go through a couple years of learning the hard way
Right.
and getting that door closed. But one thing someone had said in here from North Carolina, I'm not sure which person it was. The feed's going so quick, but they
Yeah.
said belonging to a historical society can help. And that is absolutely true. That can open a few doors for you. It can also be a hindrance as well. So you have to watch out for that because, once again, most people in historical preservation societies and clubs, they preserve.
Yeah.
And to some of them, we are not people that preserve. You guys know about that misconception that archaeologists and that kind of community has with us at times. So watch out for that. I've seen it happen myself. I've seen it happen. But one thing you guys want to have at your disposal, at your arsenal, let me go boom like that, is a
Bam.
business card. Can you guys see that all right?
Yeah.
So you want to have something like that to help you out. Um, because you got to remember there is liability involved as well. Um, and look, we still ask corporations, I'll go to a business and ask for permission, no sweat. Okay. Once you find the right person. Um, So you have to have that. That's a must have.
Yeah.
In my opinion, if you got nothing else to give them, anybody, at least give them a card. Even if they say no, give them the card and say, well, hey, if you ever lose anything, okay, and this helps you. You ever lose anything in the future, you have any issues, call me. I'll come get it for you. But I'm sorry if I bothered you, but thank you for your time. You
Right.
know, and they may care. They may rip it up and throw it away, but because of the act of kindness and humility, they may keep it too. And I've had people that I've talked into permissions over time. I have. So a card, and another thing you want to arm yourself with is a waiver. Did you
Yep.
get a copy of a waiver?
I have a waiver. I know if anybody's looking for a waiver, so they're going to be
Yeah.
like, that question's probably going to pop up is, what happens if they give you the line? This I've got this line before myself. I'm sure you have. Well, I don't want you in my property in case you get hurt, or it's the liability, and there's those. It could be a real reason why they're telling you that, but a lot of times they're not interested, and that's the line they'll give you, and then that's when you have in your pamphlet or whatever. Oh well, I got that covered, and
Yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
oh crap, they don't
Now, in the
expect.
same token, you have to mean it too, because then
Yeah,
if you turn around and sue and they have the waiver,
yeah,
you're not going to win anyway. So that has to be, you have to mean it with the waiver.
yeah.
But a waiver will help you more with corporations and businesses than it will with private people. I haven't had a private person yet ask me, but I've had businesses ask me.
Yeah, a lot of
Um,
people were saying they have them.
yep. And you can get them right offline. Just basically saying, hey, if I do something dumb, I won't sue you for it. Or if I
Bobby's
die,
got
yeah. So yeah, you want to have waivers. Okay. So business card waivers. Anyone have any questions on that? I don't think so.
I mean, I'll chime in a little bit on that
Sounds
one
like
as far
a
as.
real estate agent. Guess what, Miss May? I was a real estate agent part time.
So no, I'm going to chime in a little bit about that if you don't mind. Actually, I have something else to kind of go to next level. I like to go next level on things sometimes. But here's something that I made. My buddy made. Here we go. Right here, it's a flyer. And this flyer basically is something I would hand out. I have plenty of them. It's kind of small, so I apologize. But it basically goes into that's our slogan, what's in your yard? And it says, basically, ever wonder what's buried in your yard, what the history of your property is? It gives these people something to hold in their hand to like not really make eye contact with you, but to kind of look at this material that you gave them and kind of put two and two together like, hey, this guy really has his stuff together. It offers things to them. Do they have lost items? Do they have landmarkers they'd like to find? Lost jewelry, sentimental items? You need to let these people know what's in it for me. Like, why would I let this guy on my property just digging holes in my yard? Like, why would I let you do that? You need to make it not about yourself, but make it about maybe what you can offer them as well. I know you're not going to give everything you find probably unless you work that into the agreement, but it's very important to not make it about yourself, but to kind of bring them in. It is their house. You
Yep.
have to respect it. So
Yep.
it's just an
Absolutely.
extra thing to offer someone to assure them because in today's society, let's be honest, it's not like back in the day or in the 70s and 80s when you could just go up and people were open to opening their doors. I mean, the one comment was back here, it said something about, I don't answer the door without my hammer. I mean, that is today. It's like
Yep.
people aren't real eager to come to the door and say, hey, how you doing? It just doesn't happen. So,
Um, because what it's about, guys, it's about building relationships. And I think a lot of people, and I'm not saying you guys, but I mean in general in society today, people do not bother to build relationships anymore.
right.
Um, every permission I've ever had, I can still go back to even a decade later if the
Yeah.
people are still the owners. And I make it a habit of going to visit the owners. I like last week, I hunted one day, but I spent a day visiting owners of other farms just to say hi.
Yeah.
And what better friends to have than farmers? I love it. Um, so it's about building relationships, and you need to have honesty and sincerity when you're doing that. If you're
Yeah.
insincere, if you don't know anything about the property and you just want to go dig coins, they're going to see it. They're going to see you're not sincere. They're going to see you're not being honest in really what you're doing. You just want to go pillage their land and leave and see you bye, take care.
Yeah.
And like Andy had said about sharing, it's hard in the beginning to share stuff you find, right? But you'll get more opportunities to find more stuff if you do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean you have to share the best thing you found. Okay. I was with Jerry one time. I've seen Jerry Ross give $1, I think it was a silver dollar back, a Morgan that he had found at historic Fort Shirley. Gave it back to the owner out of gratitude for letting him there. The owner then actually gave him more area to dig at. Guy found tons of stuff, right? And it's stuff like that that really help you. I would never say to do that because when he was doing it, I'm like sitting there like, dude, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like I would
Yeah.
never give him a penny. But then I saw another time we were out on one of my permissions and Jerry found a crotal bell and the owner saw him find it and was so tickled pink. Jerry gave it to him.
Wow.
And it was just a crotal bell, normal one we find, nothing fancy, but that meant everything to that owner. And
Yeah.
stuff like that goes a long way, especially if you're trying to get a house next door or in the same neighborhood, because
Hmm.
you can name drop that guy, and that guy's going to speak very good of you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
So
mean, like Dustin said, a lot of these older folks, we're not every permission you get is going to be an old house or old people are going to live there. But a lot of those people that I've ran into, a lot of the houses around where I've been getting, they are old people. They are old farmers. I mean, people that have lost their wife maybe or their husband that they don't have anybody. The one permission I went in, the guy invited me in, and I sat down next to a fireplace with the guy, and I talked to the guy, and it was like he opened up and just let me be his friend. And I started telling him all this stuff, and he was real open to hearing about it. There again, he didn't really like the vibe at first, but then he really opened up and he gave me the green light to get in on his land. And I went out and found stuff, and I said, if you're interested in seeing what I find, I'll stop back in a month or two and let you know. And I did do that, like Dustin says, is sometimes you got to have that connection outside of metal detecting. I went back during Christmas, believe it or not. It was a few days beforehand. I knew, and he did lose his wife 3 or 4 months before I knocked on his door, and I kind of felt bad. So I gave him one of my Lost Boys Recovery shirts, and I gave him a bunch of stuff that I found. And I said, if you want this stuff, you can have it. And he was really grateful. And that's the kind of stuff where it really
yep,
stands out to these people, and they really, I guess they would invite you back. And that doing that gesture alone, I was like kind of on a time thing where he would like want to know where I was at on his land all the time. And after that, he's like, he built a trust in me, and he said, you know what, Andy? He's like, as long as it's not hunting season, you can go out on my land. I don't mind anymore. And that's what he said. And I feel like that gesture that I did, you can go so far with it, but I feel like the more you are nice to these people, they open up a little bit more, and it gains you more property or just more, what you're looking for. So it's very important. I agree.
you'll have people that really don't want to bullshit, and they'll give you permission. You can be like,
Right.
"Hey, I was wondering, yeah, go ahead," and they'll go back inside, and you're like, "Hey, great." Yeah, but they're not. They're a dime a dozen. I mean, you don't get them all the time. All right, but you'll get them. Yeah, Audrey said feels good too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, but like someone else said, ring recovery. Olin said about ring recovery. Helping things like that. Anything you can offer, and I saw someone saying benefits earlier on in the feed. Giving them a benefit. Everyone thinks just telling them you're going to remove the trash is a big deal. They don't care. They didn't see the trash to begin with. It was in the ground.
Yeah.
They don't care about that. Now, when you can still put that in your spiel that, hey, if I find any trash or anything, I'll take it out with me. That's cool. You should say it, but don't act like you're really doing them a favor because that's not how they look at it.
Ooh, Orlando's got the hot ticket down there. Pumpkin rolls would sell me. I'm like, just go
Yeah,
out, give me a pumpkin roll and go digging.
yeah, boy. She put THC in it. That's how he gets his
That's
permissions.
funny.
They're like, so yeah, go ahead, Orlando. You can get anywhere you want to go, buddy. But yeah, that's what's up, and it does. It makes you feel good, and it's good vibes. Because I'll tell you one thing: archaeologists don't give nothing back. Okay,
Yeah.
they take and they leave it the way they want to leave it. Whereas we leave it so you can't see that we were there. The next thing I'm going to bring up, and I think the person in real estate is going to understand this word, and some of you may too. It's the schmooze. Okay? It's the schmooze. This is like, that's the minute, the schmooze. You got the first step in building that relationship with that owner is schmoozing them, talking to them, giving them that good vibe, that good feel. You don't come up like a robot. Yes, I would like to detect your home, please. And I will dig trash up for you and take it.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. You have to have some sort of personality. And like I said, even for the introverts, okay, the juice, yeah.
The juice.
For you guys that are introverted, don't get in a panic. Like my buddy Frank, he gets nervous for permissions. He does. He'll even say that, especially if you did your research, you have something to talk about. Okay. And that's what's so important. Have something to talk about. If you don't, there's nothing to talk about with you other than you want something, and it's up to them to decide in a few moments' notice whether to acquiesce and give you what you want.
Right. So, I mean, give us some examples. Like when I go up to the house, like things what I would maybe say is, man, this is a lovely house. Like, give me some examples. Absolutely. What would you say?
You know what? Hello? Yeah. Are you Mrs. So-and-so? Yes. Hey, I tell you what, I'm not some weirdo or anything. I was out driving the neighborhood.
Not a salesman.
I do local history. So I just wanted to let you know I've been doing research at houses or fields, whatever, in the immediate vicinity, and I was wondering if maybe you knew any history about your own property, because it's beautiful property. I see you have all the acreage, and you know what? This got to be like 1850s. Yeah, because you already looked.
You researched.
So yeah. Oh yeah, 1855. This is, we just bought it. Blah 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 blah. Get them talking. That's the schmooze. Okay, 9 out of 10 of these people are not going to go, yeah, just go detecting. No. Like we could already whittle. That'll be one, and then no will be the other. So now you have 8 more chances. All right. So you need the schmooze. All right. You absolutely need it. And another thing is, hello, Mr. So-and-so, and if you don't know their name or remember their name, it's cool. Hello, I was in the neighborhood and I do local research. I do research. Have you guys heard me say anything about digging or detecting? I never said anything about digging.
We didn't even get there yet.
Nope, not even a word. So I know other people would already be explaining how they won't leave big holes. If you got to talk about holes, you already shot yourself in the foot. Yeah. So don't ever talk about that unless they press you on it, and then have the right answers for that. Well, here's one of the things. Well, my yard, we have it landscaped. It's well manicured. Well, ma'am, I tell you what, I dig very small holes. They're semi plugs. I open them up. I take what I want out. The machine I have is very, very good at telling me what it is and how deep it is prior to me even digging it. I spent a lot of money on this thing to make sure. Oh, okay. Once in a while, someone will ask you and they'll want to see it. And I've had that happen at a place people get married, one of those places, and it was an old building, and she wanted to see, and I did it. Picked it up, boom, got what I wanted, put it back down, tamped it, done. I didn't need to bring a big ass tarp. Okay. Anything big is a distraction. So even if you do bring it small. Okay. Bring a towel or something small. Don't bring bring tarp. That's just overkill. So you have to be ready for things like that. Like if they want to see what you're going to do. But once again, I don't even mention it. Why go there? They're not stupid. Asking, and if they're like, well, what are you looking for? That's a good one. What are you looking for? Well, depending on the area, I'll just say it's a farm area with 1850s homes. Well, really in this area, we had a lot of people that may have fought in the Civil War. We're looking for things they may have brought home. We're looking for the history of your home. That's really what I want to be able. When I'm done, I want to be able to tell you who lived here when, what they used, what they ate with, how they ate. I should be able to tell you a lot when I'm done. Well, that's fascinating to anyone that's into history. Okay. And once again, I didn't mention digging.
Right.
Okay. So you
How
don't have.
about, I'm
Go ahead.
sorry. I don't mean to cut you off there, but like, I mean, just some of the notes I have is share why you dig. Like when you're talking about, I mean,
Yeah.
before I even go into that, like how much time I know about how much time. How much time do you think you really have after you knock on the door until you're about didn't sell yourself? How many minutes would you say?
2 minutes or less.
2 or 3 minutes, and
Three minutes.
you got
If
two
you
or
don't
three
have that,
minutes to sell your pitch to these people
yep,
before they're like, I'm not interested, right?
yep.
So I mean, that's what I was thinking. 2 to 3 minutes. Tell
And
them why you do it. Why do you metal detect anyway? Like,
yeah,
just,
well, that all goes with I'm doing research. I'm
yeah,
telling you why. I'm doing research. I'm looking to be able to tell a story about your place,
right.
or someone lived here that was in the Civil War, or I did extensive research on Camp Meade in Middletown, and that was the easy one to go to the people and say, I'm doing research on Camp Meade. So whatever, and that's part of your research that you need because you need to have something to dialogue with other than you want to dig up their yard.
100%. Yeah.
Yep. So and here's like an example of just a pitch because that's what we're doing. We're sales pitches. That's why I know the person who is a realtor knows you got to sell yourself. Hello, so and so. I'm so and so. I'm doing research on the local area. I noticed your house was built in the 1800s. And I was curious as to what history you know about it. Uh, Most homeowners in older properties they take pride in ownership and history.
Oh yeah.
And
That's
that
why
should
they
tell
got
you
that house in the first place, right? I mean, probably.
exactly, man. They know they want people to appreciate their home.
Yeah.
Most of them do. And once again, out of that whole paragraph I just said, there was no detecting, there was no digging mentioned. Okay? Um, I've already handed them the card after the first minute. I don't hand them the card. Here's something: when you're handing out a business card and a flyer, I don't, in my opinion, I don't like to hand it to them first.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Because if you hand it to them initially, that first minute you're talking is going to be spent fumbling around looking at your card and your flyer instead of listening to what you're
They're not
saying,
focused on you. Yeah.
focused on you. So you wait until you have some interest from them and you got dialogue.
Right.
Then, oh, hey, by the way, here's my card, and keep talking. Don't stop. It ain't a big deal that they got your card. They've seen business
Yeah.
cards before. Um, and they'll either stop. Most of them will stop and talk about the property. Almost all of them, even if they're not interested, they're not going to tell you to hit the bricks. They're probably going to be like, well, I've had people that, what, we do our own stuff around here, blah, blah, blah. And, for the people like that, if I'm hungry for the permission, I'll be like, I'll up the ante. Well, listen, I'll tell you what, I don't even want anything. I have an empty shadow box in my car
Yeah.
or my Jeep. I'll fill my empty shadow box up with whatever I find and give it to you. I'm all about finding the history and finding out what happened here.
Yeah.
And sometimes that works, sometimes it don't. But if you got to get to that extreme, you're up against Shit's Creek in that point because they are engrossed that much into it. Most common thing I get from homeowners that I'm going to leave holes everywhere, but only if they ask you, Greg. Don't ask them first because it's just not. You don't have to. Let's not go into that and rehash it. But yeah, if they want to see it, show them a nice semi plug. I hope you guys know what semi plugs are. I know people used to just dig full circle plugs.
Yeah.
And
It's more like a hinge,
you have to have a hinge on that
three-sided.
so the water continues to feed the roots. Um, just putting that out there. Sorry. Um, but yeah, they're gonna talk about it. And at this point, if they're talking to you, they're like 75% reeled in. They're like, you're got them on the line, they're flipping and flopping, it's up to you to keep the schmooze going, you
Yeah.
know, and just answer their questions, be honest, and don't be don't be a douche. Show
Yeah.
them what you get. Do you know how many people I get permissions from that go, "Oh, I had someone here, but they said they didn't find anything." That is the worst thing to do. I mean, show them what you got. Don't be you can't keep it all. You can't take it with you. Show these people. Get them engaged. Once again, they have other friends that may have old homes too. They
Yeah.
may be able to help you, they may you don't know. Um, and so you want to make sure that you do these things. Don't be a salesman. You got to be their friend. You
Yes.
do have to be a salesman a little bit because you're selling yourself. I mean, there's no other way around that.
Right.
That's just a fact that you're asking for something, and you are selling your own self and your personality. But that's why if you don't have it, if you can't be sincere and honest, and you don't have that knowledge and that research, like the skin that you put in the game, it's just not going to work for you.
Do you, let me ask you something like to chime in here. So a lot of this is something I sometimes get. I won't go into crazy detail, but people think you're going to be digging up all kinds of nails and stuff. Do you ever say anything? I talk about technology. Like I go into the fact that how my machine is so much better than it is, how it was back in the day and how they would find nails and stuff. I can tell them for the most part, if it's a good signal or a coin, I'm going to know. I mean, if you know your machine well, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not going to dig up a piece of iron here and there, but I mean, if you have like I use an Equinox and you get a 3031, I mean, there's a good chance it's probably a quarter. You know what I mean? So it goes into telling these people that you're really advanced. You don't want to go into that very far, but assure them like, hey, I'm not going to dig up 40 nails in this spot over here where you used to dump your ash pan. Tell them that you can discriminate against that stuff. Tell them about the technology and kind of sell them like, man, this guy really has a good detector. He could really find some really cool stuff. I mean, does that make any sense?
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things, I'll go through. I'll say, hey, look, I don't have to do a lot in the yard. My machine basically tells me what it is ahead of time. But before I go into more of that, something I think needs to be said. Okay,
Yeah.
we all have an adage of dig it all, right? Isn't that what we were all kind of brought up on as we got into this hobby? Is dig it all, don't let it go. You can't do that in someone's yard if it's a nice yard. You can't.
Yeah.
So it's important to build a relationship so you can keep going back to it. So you don't have that urge to dig every hole because they're not going to bring you back. They're not going to let you back. And you're not going to be able to go back.
Right.
If it looks like, I mean, you did your best. It's all plugs, but you could clearly see someone had been in there. Okay. So don't dig it all in a yard, a well-maintained yard. If they don't care, they don't care. So let's just assume they care. So if you're new to this, don't dig it all in that yard. If you're in a field, dig it all. Dig
Yeah.
everything. Any funky old signal, because you don't know what it'll be. But you're a very nice manicured yard. You dig your high signals the first time, work your way down the signal chain.
Yeah.
If you do that and you build a relationship, you'll be able to do over the course of months and years. Hopefully that helps out a little bit.
There's another approach. Yeah, I mean,
I usually
everybody
ask for farm fresh eggs from them.
everybody has their own approach. I mean, nothing that we say is how you have to do it. I mean, somebody meant Orlando said about pumpkin rolls. You know what I mean? Eggs. You're offering yourself and what you can. That's what it goes back to what I said is what can you offer them? Like, it's awesome to say something like that. You know how Dig Gun mentioned about the eggs. I mean, you're offering something to them before you're just demanding that. Hey, can I dig up your yard and all that stuff? It's a good gesture what you guys are saying here for sure of all
Yep,
these.
absolutely. And the whole thing is, I mean, you have to mean it.
Yeah.
So, I call it the schmooze, and it actually is a sales term, the schmooze, okay? But I'm not insincere because I've already established in the beginning when we talked, I did my research.
Yeah.
So I'm not insincere when I go to give the schmooze. I'm trying to make them feel comfortable with me. That's the schmooze. I want them to feel comfortable with me I like farm fresh eggs. What I had for dinner tonight, I had an asparagus omelet. But that's what you're really trying to do. You're trying to make them comfortable enough to let uh, them give you permission to be on their land. And I've made some wonderful friendships, man, with the most difficult men in the area that no one ever got permission for, you know, but because I actually cared about talking to them. And I'm a natural bullshitter. I mean, I'll call it straight how it is. I mean,
Right.
if you know me, you know me. I love to
Oh,
BS.
he's a bullshitter out there, everybody.
But you know, it's who I am. I love people. I love engaging good people. You know, I love engaging good people, and you know, it's the zest of life. And
Yeah.
you know, you have to wrap that all in one little package in 3 minutes or less.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's you know, if you're nervous, if they're asking you about holes, um, you know, obviously let them know you don't leave a trace. Do a
It's like
semi.
it's like you left it better when you left than when you
Yeah,
saw it.
and if you're hunting with, if you're digging with a big shovel, like a big spade, like
Yeah.
not a digger spade, but a regular shovel, come on. If you can't afford a real one, stop then.
Yeah.
Okay, just stop because you shouldn't be digging with it anyway. Period. Point blank. I don't care what your economic status is. If you got the detector, you need something. Even a big like a root slayer, they narrow down. So if you learn how to use a big one like those, they narrow down. You can use the blade. You know, it narrows from 4 inches up to like 11. So, but if you're using a big garden shovel to dig pits with and bodies and you know stuff like that, yeah. If you want to dig a 4 by 5 by 12 foot deep hole in your backyard, you know, don't show up with that shovel. And if you're doing it and you think it's cool or you've seen someone else do it, you're shooting your own self in the foot. Because I'll tell you, if I seen you out digging in the field, I'd laugh at you.
Yeah.
Even if it is a field, it's stupid. Use it for Home Depot stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And people do it. I don't know why.
Got to be heavy too.
Yeah. So you know, those are the kind of things. It's just common sense stuff that we all forget about in the beginning or don't know about in the beginning when we start, and sometimes we build bad habits. I say we because how do you think I know most of this stuff, guys?
Yeah.
You know, I learned the hard way. You know, I didn't have anyone sit down with me to tell them the do's and don'ts and things to help them find more stuff. You know, no one, you know, everyone was more worried about what they got. You know, how most of everyone is like, you know, we're all pirates in a way. Uh, but yeah, so,
Hey, not to interrupt you, but we had 50 people in here. What do you say we do a
oh,
giveaway?
yeah, because I got
Everybody's been pretty good. We don't really broadcast our giveaways. We just like to if the people show up, we're definitely we give the giveaways. We don't advertise them because we don't want everybody here for the giveaways. You know what I'm saying? So
yep.
we're here for the good topics. We'll please you with the giveaway, right? I mean, it's what we'll
Yeah,
do.
we're about content, guys, and when we stop getting people tuning in to watch our content, then we move on.
Yeah.
But for now, it seems like we have something to offer you guys, and you guys make us feel good doing it. So, yeah, are you starting with the first giveaway, or do you want me
Yeah,
to?
I just put up there on the screen there. It says type the yard. For some reason, I can't change what it's supposed to. Like you can say hashtag Dustin or hashtag permissions, but like it
I'm
won't
gonna
let me
take a
change.
break and let my dog out real quick, Andy. While
Yeah, you're good. I'll let them start
I'll be
collecting
right back.
comments here. I'll keep them occupied. But yeah, just start typing the yard. I don't know why I can't change that. So whatever the yard. Hey, we're kind of talking about yards, so it's kind of fitting for tonight's topic. But I'm not sure what we're giving away. We have a bunch of stuff to give away tonight. So sorry it took us so long to jump into that. But yeah, we're gonna get to some good stuff here. But yeah, like Dustin said, let's see what we're kind of going here. So, some other things I could say about is not making it about yourself is like offering. A lot of people ask me about finding their land markers. Seems like I get a lot of permissions for that. Like it'll start out like I'll get a text or a call and they're like, "Hey Andy, you have a metal detector, right? Can you find my house or my stakes for my property lines?" And I'll go over and like they'll have an old house or their neighbor will, and or they'll talk to their neighbor. I've got a lot of permissions, believe it or not, by helping out people prior to find their stakes for the property pins. So that was another gateway I had one time, or several times, I should say, to get permissions. But yeah, all right. So we got people typing the yard. Dustin, I was saying some other things that got me permissions is offering not just, like they said about the eggs or the pumpkin rolls, is I've offered to find, like if I always ask him one question,
sex. If you offer him sex and you look good, I get in quicker. I don't know.
Yeah. No, property pins. I mean, people don't know, and they're actually, hey, that's a good idea. I've had calls for property pins, and then I'll get a permission off of that. Like I found these guys property pins for the dude.
Jerry Ross has gotten permissions off that.
Yeah. All right, where are we at here with numbers? Sorry, blab on. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, we're ready. We got who we got here. What are we giving away?
42 people. I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, wait, hold on. First of all, there's 40-some people here, and we got 13 thumbs up. I ain't giving shit away. Nothing. Any yins. I say the 13 people that gave us can get something and be put in. So I need to start seeing some thumbs up and some likes.
Dustin's very out front there. He's definitely not the bullshitter.
That's the least you could do.
I think you didn't.
Sunday night.
I think you're wrong. 50 thumbs up. 50 thumbs up already. You didn't reload, dude. You didn't reload or something.
Oh, really?
I'm seeing thumbs up. People are saying they see 50, and you're like saying we got 11 or something.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys.
50 likes. Lisa P says. Man, Dustin is full of bolarkey.
Hold on now. Wait. That says 51 watching.
People be smashing.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
All right. So, since I called y'all out, I'll call myself out. Whatever you give away, I'm going to go ahead and we'll do a giveaway of this 1984 proof set as well.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Michael Vittich of West Shore Hobbies. I love Michael Vittich. Now, he is a good guy. He's a friend. So he's a really nice guy, and he helps us out. So thank you.
Do you want to each give something away for this? I mean, we have other stuff. So, I mean, people have been waiting pretty patiently. I think we should give them a good one at first here.
Let's do it, brother. We'll do it. You give one, I give one.
I'm going to pick one.
Okay.
I'm going to give away a Garrett detector bag.
Oh.
With a Lost Boys Recovery sticker in there. And I'll tell you what.
I know this guy would like that bag.
I sweetened the deal with something small. Just a pinpointer, little rubber tip for your pinpointer. I'll slip it in the bag here. But yeah, that should be good, right?
Yeah, I think I see people saying nice. Cool. Wait, no. Someone said, Andy, you're a cheap bastard. No, I'm sorry. No, that wasn't it.
Hey, I like those bags.
Just
like my favorite one.
All right. Parks and Rec, baby.
All right. The yard. Everybody type the yard. If you did not type the yard, you will not be entered into the giveaway. So make sure you typed it. All right. All right. Let's do this, brother. Let's do this. Here we go.
Come on, guys.
All right. Here we go. Ready?
Well, no, don't hit draw yet. Nope. Did you tell everyone how to do it? Because I see people still commenting. Now they're starting. Hey, for those of you who don't know, you don't hit draw. You have to put hashtag the yard to be entered for this, right?
Yep, that's correct.
So if you haven't yet, make sure you put that in.
That's to make sure everybody's still here. That like when we pick somebody's name, that they're actually here still.
Yeah.
That's why we do that.
Yep.
We got 46 entries.
Well, yeah. I saw everyone was still kind of talking to themselves. Some of the people were still talking. So now I see. Yeah, everyone listened.
And some of those people could have left too, Dustin. So
yeah.
Which is a bummer for them.
Yeah.
Because we got more stuff to give away later. You say when, bud.
Oh, go ahead. Hit the draw. I'm sorry.
All right, ready?
Yeah, man.
Go.
You guys know this is the best partner to do this with, this guy up here. Thanks, brother.
Just be cool, man.
Oh, that's new.
Cool.
I don't remember seeing them before.
Just be cool.
They're here, yeah. They are here.
Just be cool if you're still here, which I'm just
They
thinking
are.
he is. Oh yeah, I see him.
Yeah, congratulations. Just be cool.
So just be cool. I'm gonna put my email address here, scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Whoever wins any other prizes tonight, right here it is. I just put it down there for you. Just email me if you want. You can put down Garrett bag and the coin proof set.
Yeah, yeah.
Let us know what you won, and we will get that out to you.
And then we'll send Vinny. It'll be in 2 packages because Michael will be sending one out too.
Yeah. So, yeah, but congratulations, right?
Yeah.
Buddy.
Heck yeah. Where are you from? Just be cool. Metal detecting. Where are you from? What state? Let's see. They might have just. Hey, Cloverdale Diggers, my boy.
JB cool.
Yeah, man. I love them Cloverdale Diggers.
Sweet.
Nope. Well, they took. Oh, they just said thank you. Oh well. All right. Oh, Wisconsin.
Hey, real quick, before we go back into it. Before we go back into it, let's say hi to a few more people. I see Karen K, yeah. My ice cream girl's here. We got who else we got in here? Anybody new you want to say hi to?
Well, Lisa's here.
Lisa P.
Yep.
Buckle Boy, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, we got our Cloverdale Diggers.
Digging it back.
Metal detecting. Thank you for tuning in from Wisconsin. That's awesome.
Heck yeah. Laura Schuler, what's up? Janine Patterson. Nice.
Coming through? Come on through, you two.
Dig Gun, we saw you.
Here, Maggie.
Thanks for tuning in.
Come here. Get up here.
You got cats or you got dogs this time?
It's my baby. Meet so many great animals doing this, don't we, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there's a wife sighting.
But yeah, man. So where did we involve? We got a little sidetracked over the giveaway.
Wow, that is awesome. Is that the are you with that Dakota Buffs page? Because I know I sent invite out to that page. I forget the full title, but thanks for tuning in. Wow.
Yeah.
From all over.
Mark's here. What's up, man? Mark from Ram Detective.
You guys missed the giveaway, but we're going to be doing another one at some point.
Oh yeah, we got more goodies for sure.
Yeah, if we can get to 100, we'll give away something really good. 100
something good, maybe.
Likes. So tell your friends, share, and get people to tune in.
Yeah, there you go. Still a lot of good info yet. I mean, we.
Oh yeah, we're not done. This is just.
We're not even close. I don't think.
So, I think we covered, a lot about the schmooze and what to say to be sincere. You have to know something.
Yeah.
If you don't know anything about that property because you're digging and you went over and just knocked randomly because you were there, that's cool, So what do you do in that instance? Well, once again, I do local history. You don't have to change up your spiel. I do local history. I'm out, like I even tell them I'll do genealogy at times because I will. I'll look up if it's a story. Like I did Camp Meade. Now I wasn't the first to do it, but I think I'm the last to do it extensively. And with that, you get so much information. You get to start interviewing people. It leads to more permissions. So, I digress. Yep, permissions likely lead to other permissions. Yeah, I mean,
100%.
Biddy and I were out at a park and we saw a house across the street and I went and knocked and we got it. It just was pounded prior to us. I mean, we went out.
He's got his reality. Beat me to it. Damn it. Hell,
in your neck of the woods, huh?
Yeah, actually, I didn't talk to him about it, but one of our friends, I was talking to him about it, and he told me about that. Actually, I was like, "Damn him."
digging York County, since Andy hasn't had me out to York County to dig. If you want to invite me out to dig, I'll come. Hi, son. And we'll have a good time because Andy doesn't like me like that.
Yeah, well, we're gonna try to make some videos together as well. I know we've been craving to actually get out and dig instead of doing live streams. So hopefully some good content here as well soon. But
someone asked to talk more about the pre-contact research. That's pretty extensive. That's a whole topic on its own, and it's been covered so much this week. If you go to Keystone History Hoarders, did they have him on? Who
no,
had that game changer?
Sodbusters, Larry Riviera from Sodbusters. He's in the chat right now. He did one on what was his name? I can't remember.
Who?
On the guy that had the Larry Riviera is the one that Sodbusters had the show, but the host.
Wayne, it's Wayne something, but I forget.
Something, yeah, I forget his. I want to say it's Aguilera or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, but long story short, it's a topic that's been covered. This whole past 7-8 days, probably 4 or 5 streams covered it, and there's information out there if you need it. I'm not trying
It's a show just about that. Our show is more so is like getting people more comfortable with it, giving them tips and tricks, and what we feel like might sell the pitch for you. I guess that's where we're kind of heading with this.
If you understand what the person, we're trying to help you understand what the person on the other side of the door is thinking and what's going to appeal to them through our experiences. So we're just picking up after the research. I apologize, but
hit us up. I mean, if they want to know more about it, one of us can help
on a personal level. Hit me up, and I have some basics I can help you with.
Right.
Wayne Aguilar.
Yeah, I thought it was something Aggie or something. Thanks, Karen.
Yeah.
I'll give you an extra scoop for helping out.
So that's just wanted to explain that while we're not talking about that. I mean, because we're like an hour and 10 minutes into this topic alone. We probably still have another 30 minutes that we can offer some more information on in between.
Let me ask you something real quick. So the business cards and stuff. I mean, so when let's say they say, well, they don't say no. You ever get this out there? People watching in the chat is, let me think about it. You ever get that?
I'll give you here's some things we hear. Let me think about it, which is no. Okay.
Yeah.
They're not going to think about it, call you back. They're not.
And
I know a lot of times, you'll hit, and not in a sexist way, but you'll hit the wife. You'll ask the wife, and a lot of times they'll defer to, I got to talk to the husband.
Yeah, I get that one.
It goes the other way too, but in what we do, that's what we hear more of. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, be prepared to go back,
right,
and look for the husband, and try not to go back when it's just the wife again, because then you're an annoyance. But you're going to have to go back on that one. All right. It means no for that moment, and no one's going to call you. Okay. And if they do call you, they're probably going to tell you no at that point. But when they don't call you, then that means pretty much you need to go talk to the husband. Okay. And sell him and get him to give you that permission. The other thing is, I'm not interested. Okay. Yeah. I think most people
get a straight answer.
Yeah. And most people will walk away from that. The salesman in me cannot. I can't. So my first question to that is, well, why is it that you're not interested? Well, I don't think I want anyone digging up my yard. Okay, so we've already gone through the rebuttals and how to sell the digging through the yard. I'm not going to go through that again. So we have the information loaded for that. Okay. And while we're doing that, we need to be selling more stuff as we're showing and talking about that as well, right, to gain their trust. And, generally, if you have that first rebuttal for it, they'll sit and think if that truly was the rebuttal, if that was the real purpose behind it, because a lot of times they'll say that, but they just don't want to be bothered. Okay. So it's basically piss or get off the pot moment when you call them on that. Well, let me ask you why. And, it actually increases your chances and your odds from where you were a minute ago, just by saying, let me ask you why. Because before that, you had no chance. Let me ask you why. If they dialogue back, you still have a fighting chance. So,
what are some some things that, like, I mean, when I say eye candy, like, have you ever taken a shadow box or anything that you found? For instance, for me, like, I do a lot of places that are near my house because it's a super old area. I could drive down the road a few blocks and say I hit that house, that house, that I got them all. But
I know
I
I'm
can
going to do that
literally,
next week.
I can actually go and I can say, like, I'll have a shadow box. Like, let's say here I got a shadow box, and I take and this is the stuff I found in the yard. I wish I did around here, but I'd be like, hey guy, I found this at your neighbor's house. I found a U.S. belt buckle in his yard. Maybe there's stuff in your yard, and they start thinking, holy crap, this guy found a belt buckle in the next door neighbor's yard. Maybe I got some stuff. It makes them really think. They get it really interested about, dang, what's in my yard? Like, that's
And
to
here's the deal:
me.
if you did your research and you
Yeah.
realize that the owners are older, and I would hope that you drove by it a few times too, because I generally will drive by a place trying to catch someone.
Yeah,
And
that's how I
depending on
do
how
it.
much I really want to do it, is how much I'll drive by to try to catch them.
Yeah,
Because I don't want to go when they're not there, and I don't want to talk to whoever isn't in charge. So
if they're outside, like, that's a good time
yeah,
because then you're not knocking at all. It's just like,
exactly. Yeah, I mean, in a way, it's stalking, but I don't care about the people or their stuff. I just want to detect. So
but
it is technically stalking. And I think a lot of people do. They drive by areas they want to hit, and they wait, in chance of that moment, or when it's the best moment to go knock. But yeah, if you're getting no's, um, and you're going in, like, when I go that day by myself or with my wife, I'm generally like in khaki shorts or pants with a collared shirt. Pull up in one of our nicer vehicles, and not the one I actually detect in. That's you know looks like it's a vehicle that gets detected in.
yeah,
Um, but when we show up, it's game on. We're at our best. And my wife will, depending on who the owners are, if I know anything about them, like, I'll actually ask my wife to walk up with me. It's cheating, but but the thing is it makes people more relaxed in some places. You see a guy, he's married, he's in his 50s, here he is with his wife out on the Sunday drive, he's asking permission. It's not really a bad thing. So as opposed to, some weird guy just knocked on my door, it just increases your odds and your chances. And if you don't have that significant other, that's all right. I want to tell you guys real quick about the Opie effect. Okay. I don't know if any of you guys know about Andy Griffith, but Richie Richie Cunningham in Happy Days, all right, Ron Howard played Opie. Opie was the cutest kid in the world on the show. So the Opie effect is, if you can't do this, you find someone that has the Opie effect. I have a friend named James, and James just has the most innocent looking face and demeanor and mannerisms, and you'll just go up and James will be like, "I'll be right back," and he'll go ask permission and get it because he has the Opie effect. He's lucky. Some girls may be super, super duper attractive. Some guys might be super attractive, blah, 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 blah. But this guy just has that effect where, like, he doesn't wear a hat when he goes out. Everything he wears is generic the whole way up and down his body. He's like no threat, and
right.
people respond to him. And he has some sales ability because he has some sales background. But I call it the Opie effect. So you know, if anything, get yourself an Opie.
What's what's your thoughts on, like, do you ever do any type, not like you're a comedian or anything, but do you ever kind of break the monotony, I guess, with a little bit of comedy? Do you ever joke with
Oh
them,
yeah.
just kind of silly to kind of make them laugh, just to make them
Oh
feel
yeah.
okay?
I'm a smart ass by nature.
Oh,
So if
I
I
know
can,
that already.
no. So if I can find something humorous around us, then I'll mention that absolutely. Um, you know, birds doing something or something funny, or if you're at a farm and a pig does something stupid, anything, I will joke. But that's my nature anyway. Like,
Yeah,
for most of you guys who might meet me in the couple hunts this year, you're going to find out I'm the same guy here that when we're in person, I'm going to be the same. Um, And by nature, I like to joke, and most people do. No, I don't know too many people that don't want to laugh.
Yeah.
They're out there.
It breaks it up. It breaks it up a little bit and kind of gets them feeling more comfortable with you. I mean, the biggest at the end of the day here, if the person's not comfortable with you from the get go, it's not going to go well. I mean, you need to make them feel that they're
Oh,
not a threat. They're not. You're not a threat. I mean,
yeah,
you're not there to beat them up or do something. You need to make them feel like you're a safe guy, and all you really want to do is just find some cool stuff from their yard or field. I mean, that's really what it's all about. So
yeah, and like Orlando saying, you don't like he's saying you go up in regular clothes, and you know, you really don't want to come up with your detector and your shovel. Just to reiterate, if you can help it.
yeah,
Um, even when uh, I went and ran, and I was with Michael, I think I left my detector with him as I ran across the street to go ask. Um, so just common sense, put these people at ease, um, and hopefully you'll make a friend. I mean, really, I mean, in the end, good God, that's the best thing. You made a friend.
right.
And I could go to so many farms, and I'm an animal lover. So I love having access to more animals. And I've made some of the best friends. My best friend is, and it's on a permission that I still have not gotten yet. I
Hmm.
went and knocked on a permission 3 years ago, and the lady's a realtor, and her sons have a farm there. And she said, "You know what? I'm not comfortable." And I said, "Okay, no problem." Well, they sold flowers, so every year my wife and I go buy flowers. Well, we actually like going there. Well, they have a pig there, and I love this pig. He's my best friend. I saved him a month ago. I told you that about that incident, and he's about 1,000-pound pig. His name's Brutus, and him and I get along famously. And I still haven't, and I haven't asked again for permission. I think if I would ask at this point, I'd be allowed, but it's not as important to me at this point as the friendship I made with 1,000-pound pig.
Right.
But these are the byproducts of the friendships you make. I mean, dogs that I've had dogs hunt with me on properties, the owner's dogs that felt so close to me, and the owners felt close enough to let them go with me.
Right.
Um, so you got to mean what you say with these guys. You can't just be trying to sell them a line of bullshit, come in and dig up their yard and roll.
Right.
Mean what you say.
Hey, real quick, Patty mentioned about, and we're going to go into this later, Patty. As far as, I mean, some of these people aren't going to be like Dustin or I. I mean, I'm a pretty outgoing guy, and I'm pretty crazy. And anybody that meets Dustin or I come out swinging here in the chat, I mean, they're going to realize these guys are kind of whack. But anyway, I mean, even for me, I mean, I'm pretty outgoing and stuff. Like I said, even though I get a little nervous, door knocking, I don't do it a lot, to be honest with you. Patty said that she's just scared to do it. We're going to go in later here when we're talking about a little bit of different approach as far as not door knocking. I don't know if Dustin's going to talk much about that, but I can a little bit later here in the show about some other approaches. I'm not necessarily having to go up, doing it through online, but we'll get into that later then. But there's other ways.
Yeah, and the main thing, if you're apprehensive, okay, if you're a nervous person and you're just, no matter what we tell you, you're not going to go knock. I'm not saying that's you, Patty, but I'm just saying in general. Then network. That's the only other way. You're going to have to network, friends, uh, friends, family, people close to you in the neighborhood, whatever. You're going to have to network to get your permissions then through other people. You'd have more success networking with a fellow detectorist, but once again, you're at their discretion. But that's just, you're going to have to network. That's it. That's all I can say.
A gateway for me, I can share. I mean, and this is just give somebody an idea. I don't know what people, what everyone does is for a profession, but for me, I'm a motorcycle mechanic, and that comes with ATVs and side by sides. Well, Dustin, a lot of these people that have ATVs and side by sides, what do they have? They have big farms.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'll work on these people's units, and we'll get a relationship that way. And then as that happens, and I get to know them through that type of stuff, as far as working on stuff like that, I'll open up about my detecting and how that's like the second thing I really like to do. And then I tell them about, blah, blah, blah. And that gets me permission on these farms because, you know what I mean? They have that type of land to offer. So everybody, like some people in construction out there, there's home sites they're breaking ground. These are all opportunities to get in there. You know what I mean?
Realtors. If you
Yeah,
have a
I've
friend that's
got
a
those too.
realtor, yeah, you man. If you haven't hit up your realtor friends, here's another one. Cops. I have friends that are police officers. I ask them all the time, "Where's a good place? Where are you finding the bodies?" Um, but I was out on the field the other day, and there were PP&L guys, electrical guys, whatever,
Yeah,
phone line guys. I don't know, but they were
PP
out
guy.
doing work. Yeah, they were doing work along the one creek I was on, and I started talking to the one guy, and he's telling me about um, some foundations in the back along the trail that I knew about but didn't get to confirm yet. And he was telling me, yeah, they're back there. So you talk to whoever you can. I mean, but you're gonna have to network.
Madison Maine's in the house. Thanks for coming in.
I wonder where they're from. Are
Yeah.
you knuckle? You're knucklehead.
Well, I'm looking at the chat. I know I'm always when I look over this way, like I'm looking sideways, it's because I'm looking at people's comments.
Keystone History Hoarders.
There you go. Charles, thanks for coming in, buddy.
Charles, yeah, Charles. Charles in
Sweet.
charge.
Charles will be a come out swinging.
Oh yeah, there'll be a lot
Yeah,
of
a lot of these guys will be.
That's grown. That's grown. I think we're
What?
what's up, Andy and Dustin? No, I'm in between reading like the comments you're putting up and over here on my other screen looking at the chat line. Someone put condemned houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no one to ask permission. Come on,
Well,
you're just all over the place, buddy.
I mean, yeah,
Let's see.
realtors is a good one. I've had that already. I've had some realtors hook me up already with some
Oh
stuff.
yeah, realtors. Um, like you had said about construction, anyone that has anything to do with the ground, really.
Yeah, farming type ideas. I don't know. There's all kinds of gateways. Like I said, you just have to really dig deep and figure out what is the connection between that guy's land
Yep.
and me. You know what I mean? So it's
So you guys, now we've gone over some techniques that are really, I've taken out of salesman books and translated them into how I ask for permissions. Okay. So just remember, if it's a no and they're like, no, I'm not interested, it's okay to say, can I just ask why?
yeah.
And if they're an asshole, they're an asshole. It doesn't matter what you said. You didn't do that. They were already an asshole before you broached that question. But if they're not and they have a legitimate reason, yeah, township and borough employees, very good, Alan. Um, that's just what happens. So, yeah, township and borough employees, very important. Those guys know where everything is.
Talk to the old guys. There you go. I mean, these are all great ideas. I mean, like I said, I'll say it again and I'll say it again. Everybody's approach is different. It's not going to be like mine. It's not going to be like Dustin's.
Here's
Everybody
one for
has
you,
their own way.
What do you say when they say it's all hunted out? What's your rebuttal, or don't you rebuttal?
Who, me? I'll tell them I can probably prove them wrong.
No, I mean, is that, do you laugh and I mean, how, like, because I mean,
believe it or not, I'll ask him. This is the honest response I would give. The first one was just stupid, but I'll actually tell him. Look, I'll be like, look, I was like, when was the last time somebody metal detected here? And if they have the answer, I don't know, 30 years ago or 20 years ago, even 10 years ago, I don't care. Well, my machine is a lot more advanced. I'll go into there goes that technology. It'll arrive. I use an Equinox. It runs 5 frequencies at one time. It's a beast. I mean, I can find stuff that somebody's missed, and I've found tons of stuff where people said, "Yeah, this has been hit up 10 years ago." It doesn't matter to me, dude. I'm not giving up. I mean, if you're gonna give me the go ahead, I'm hitting it up, and I'm probably going home with some stuff.
So the way you would rebuttal after everything Andy said is basically, hey, oh, it's already been detected before. Okay, I would just be like, well, listen, kind of like what Andy was saying. I have a new machine. It's updated. It means I don't have to be evasive. I don't have to invasive. I don't have to dig a lot. If I have to break it down that far, I hate using the word dig, But if I have to break that down, it makes it so I don't have to dig in the ground so much, and I can tell what's in the ground, um, before I even have to attempt to get it out of the ground.
Right.
And so you have to reason with them on that level and talk in layman's terms. Um, you don't want to come out and say, "Hey, I got this. I got 5 different tones and 40 frequencies." They don't give a shit about that,
Yeah.
But tell them the technology
It's
means
just
I
better.
don't have to do so much to your ground, and I can tell you what's under it. I can find your pipes. When you're going through the spiel, add that in there. I can find your pipes. I can find your property markers. Da 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 da. Da, and they couldn't do that before. So use that.
We got Vidi in the house being a salesman right here. Look at his he said it's the Lost Boys special. That's funny. Hey, do what you gotta do. We don't care. That's
Yeah,
funny.
man.
It
Yeah,
sounds like
you
a good
guys.
deal though for somebody if they're looking
Yeah,
for one.
and if anyone has any, used stuff or anything they want to do, you can do it. We're not liable for it. But
Yeah.
if you want to promote something or your page or anything like that, we're all. This is for everyone. We're not inclusive. So,
Yep. I saw
um,
Matt Ski Searchers in the house. Thanks for tuning in there, boy.
I saw someone say, "How long do you sit there and try to persuade them, and they still say no?" Not long.
Yeah,
Not
no,
long
well,
because it's their property. I only basically after I ask them why. Or,
yep,
"Hey, do you mind if I and I don't say why. I always say, "Do you mind if I ask why?"
yeah,
Like I had that concerned look in my face. And like I said, if they're an asshole, they're gonna say no. That's just happening anyway. They're gonna because I don't want to, or just I don't like it. That's
yeah,
good enough for me at that point. I don't need to
right.
press any further.
Just
Okay.
clear it in your mind.
Yeah. But if they go, well, I had someone here last time and they didn't let me see what they found, and I'm not comfortable with it, and they let you dialogue back to that, well, they absolutely give a rebuttal. It's dialoguing. You want to have them dialoguing with you as long as you can. That's
Right.
sales. Sales is all about having people talk as long as you can to get your way, and that's what you're doing. So and yeah, Madison said you can usually tell right away if they're not going to get the permission. So you got to
Yeah.
be that's a common sense. If they're like, "Nah, get out of here," or "No, I'm not
Get out of
interested."
here. Get out of here.
If they're very aggressive, or you just can read them. Don't press them by any means.
Yeah.
It's the ones that you can press because there are some people you're dealing with different personalities. So some people will dialogue with you if they had a reason and you can talk them out of it. I've done it many times.
So give us some advice on rejections. Let's say you're just getting beat down. Say you watch this show and you go out
There they
and
go.
you're all like, yeah, I'm ready. These guys really helped me out. What and you're getting shut down 3 in a row. Like what's your advice for somebody that's just getting blasted? I mean, either maybe they just got 3 bad eggs, I guess. But any
Well,
advice for those people?
number one, they should think about every time they go and get a rejection, they should think about what they did. Okay. Were they dressed right? Did they have any research? Did they have any knowledge of that property? Now, if I'm out at some park, I see a house, I run across the street and they say no, I feel zero rejection off that. Zero. I didn't know anything about it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay. I took a chance. But I do the research in it and I'm getting no's. I got it. You have to self analyze. So many people can't do that to themselves, but you have to in this case because it's the difference between getting the permission and not. So if you don't know what you did, what you wore, what you said, wash your butt and go back. And there are some people you can go back to and try. You
Right.
know, that the farm with the pig. That's my buddy. I sit and eat with him now. I mean, he's my buddy for real. I like him, but I haven't gone back to ask. But I have a feeling that next time they see me, they'll probably see you. Go ahead. But there are people you can go back and ask, and
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that. Now, if they were an asshole to you and you're going back, well, then you're antagonized.
It's like Larry says there of the comment. You can't win them all. I mean, you
Yeah,
won't. You won't get them all. If
and
you
you
do,
won't.
let us know. We need some of your tips. Right.
You're now here. Sorry about drinking that.
You're good.
Getting over a cold, guys.
Stay hydrated, my friends.
Yeah, getting over a cold. So if you're striking out at household permissions, go to farms. You have a greater chance of getting on a farm
Yeah, I
if you hit
agree.
the right season. You go there in the middle of a crop being grown. No, you got to hit in between. If you're in Pennsylvania, you got to hit in between soy and soybean and corn because they rotate crops here. They don't
Right.
rototill anymore. So you have to hit between that, and then you're limited after the season. So you basically have the end of November, maybe some of December on when all the crops are in, or at the beginning of the season, like now. Like if you're not out looking for farms now in March, like I have a lot of them sewn up already that for this year.
Yeah.
But there's a couple I'm still going to look at. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're striking out a lot on people's houses, switch up your tactics. Go to and start asking for some farms. Don't worry about. I know some people that go, "Oh, if I don't see any old home sites on a map, then I'm not going to hit it or anything." Hit the old field. If it's an old field, it's an old field. I hit an old field that was hit so many times over so many years in the middle of so accessible, and the owner let anyone go there. I went in, and because they hit it and only looked for silver, I went in and pulled out 5, 6 English coppers.
Yeah.
So go to the fields, man. Go to the fields because you don't know who walked across them and what they had on them.
A little bit of knowledge on my part as far as doing houses, like Dustin said about if somebody has a really, you have to use some common sense here, and that's if somebody has a real manicured lawn, like it's probably not the best place to ask. Yeah, maybe they have an 1800s property, but if their
Right.
lawn's like, how they got the lines going both ways when they mow, I mean, those people are pretty dang picky. That's the kind of stuff I'd stay away from. But anyway, as far as figure I was going with this. I was
Oh, Andy brain farted.
Yeah, I got that for once. Oh, I know what I was.
Because
So
you don't want Andy's method; he'll forget it.
no, no. So the time that I do yards is not in the hot summer. The reason is
Oh,
because the grass will die. You can be an awesome plug digger if it's a dry, hot summer. Don't ask people to dig their yards up,
yep.
man. It's gonna kill it, and it's gonna have bad plug marks, and it's gonna look like crap, and it's gonna make everybody that metal detects look like an idiot. You don't want to do that. You got to wait till
Absolutely.
it's moist ground. I even tell that to the people when I door knock. I'm like, I usually pick days where it's kind of like a wetter environment. That way the ground kind of can heal itself, and you'll never even know I was here.
And those are
That's a
the
big.
best days for signals.
Yeah,
Anyway,
exactly.
a little
Why
boy
not?
scout or what have you. Those are the best days for signals. So,
B Higgles, what's up, boy? B Higgles
hey,
in the house.
um, will you put out my YouTube thing, my YouTube
Yeah,
channel?
yeah.
Um, and I also have Dutch Boy Adventures on Facebook because I see someone was asking. Um,
Down
I'm
the
on
bottom there.
Facebook. I have Dutch Boy Adventures on there if you want to ask to join.
Yeah.
Um, you know, you can get a hold of me there. I'm on YouTube, and but you can get a hold of me on Facebook, and
Hey,
I'm
real
on
quick,
Facebook,
not to bust your chops there, but didn't you just start? Did you just start a page as well? People can find you on that, right?
a page on what
Well,
Facebook.
your Facebook page.
That's Dutch Boy Adventures. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. If they haven't found that yet, I mean, I was just invited to it, dude.
yeah, because I haven't really gone gung ho promoting either of them, my page or my
Right.
channel.
No, that's
Um,
good.
kind of let it
Check them
all
out.
go organically, but since I have a platform, why not? I mean, I want to be like the Keystone History Hoarders one day. I want to be like Sean and drink Captain and Coke, and stuff like that. I'm drinking water. I want to be one of the big guys. Oh, I don't.
Big guys. I just want to get out and dig. Be honest with you.
Oh
Ugh,
my God, that's all I
killing
want
me.
to do. Hey, Viddy, I sent you a message, man, for Tuesday. Let me know.
What did I want to say? Oh, so where do you want to go with this? I mean, I can. Any?
Well, hit your. I'm pretty much done. I mean, my whole thing was just
You're done.
how to talk to people. Well, I've been on for over an hour yapping. Basically, I'm just how to talk to people, the psychology behind it.
Yeah.
All right. A lot of what's been explained is the psychology behind it. Um, Most of your people that you're going to knock on the doors, whether it be a house or a farm, are going to be conservative by nature. not talking politics, okay? I'm
Right.
talking, I mean, it could be political as well, but they're conservative people. So, and they're usually wholesome, good people too. Generally, you don't have a nice fixed up home you want to metal detect. And, there are some, if you go and it's run down, then you know who the people are that run it. They're either old people or people that don't care. So you have a fighting chance anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Man, I don't think we're gonna get 100 likes tonight. We can't give away something good. Well, we might. We'll see. But anyway,
Where are we
so
at?
yeah.
Where are we at on that?
Last time I checked, it was 68 or something, or so. I don't know, like that. But yeah,
That's,
I get it.
that's a shame because I
Got
wanted
some
to
more stuff.
I wanted to deplete West Shore Hobby stock of one more thing, but I
We
guess
got more
not today.
stuff.
Unless you guys share. Bring them in. Bring them in.
But so yeah, anything else you want to say before I do a little bit of talking about the shy guys out there, shy ladies and guys?
Yeah. So hey guys, anyone have any other questions along the lines of what I was saying? Do you think I'm full of BS? If you do, hey, I am full of bullshit. Okay. But that's how I get my permissions. Um, if you have any questions, I'm there to help whoever wants help. Um, and I don't charge you a fee. So it's all free of charge.
Yeah.
And I'm all about spreading the joy of the hobby. I am in this army because that guy's great and I love him. And he's a personal friend. And yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, I think you should go onto your technology. It doesn't look like anyone has any questions for me. I think they want to know about all the smart stuff that you know. I will say this, I do got one.
Yeah.
Have
Sure.
you ever gotten a permission off Facebook Marketplace?
No, I've seen people do that though.
I got one for the first time a month ago. Someone posted a house for rent, right? And it was a house that I've been watching on one of my tours, okay? And I watched the owner rebuild this house.
Huh.
And so I contacted him. I said, hey, blah, 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 blah. I'm not here to rent, but I do have a question. I explained that I've been looking at the place, how old it was, that it's in this historic can't meet area, blah, 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 blah. Me and the owner are going to detect it. We can probably detect it this week. So I have a detector for him to use, and I'm using, and I have mine. So we're going to go out and detect together this house together that's might have
Awesome.
never been detected. But I got that off Facebook Marketplace. I didn't set out to do that. Okay, like
Yeah.
if it wouldn't have been um, a property that I hadn't been paying attention to, I would have scrolled right by it. Okay, but I mean, if someone was endeavoring enough and would rather try to, I mean, you're not going to really have a great success rate just doing something like that. But if you do something like that, in addition to everything else you're doing, you're going to increase your odds.
Madison, Maine has not had luck doing that so far. Apparently, she tried it.
Oh,
Keep sticking with it. You might get
and
one.
yeah, I mean, that's all you could do is stick with it.
You just have
And
to look as good as Dustin does.
yeah, look, if this face can get permission, monkey can. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It doesn't matter how pretty or handsome or whatever. It's how you represent yourself, present yourself to that person. It really is.
Right.
Um, don't make it just be all about I want to come dig, and because they'll know if you're there for a sincere reason. They really will. The
Yeah.
jerks won't, but the good people that you want to be with and that you want them to let you, they'll let you if you do your best. I
Tim,
promise.
Tim, the ill digger, there has even more good examples. He says about stopping at barn sales, yard sales, and garage sales. All perfect ideas. You're already engaging with people, asking maybe about something that they're selling in the yard sale. You already broke the monotony by maybe purchasing something from them, or just you know what I mean. Like
Yep.
that's easy. That's a great one that Tim has right there. That's a good one. Thanks for sharing that, Tim.
Here's one for you, Andy. So when we were leaving the first come out swinging, my wife and I, and the event was over and we were driving home, we stopped at an antique co-op. Very old. Boyertown's old to begin with. Okay, so this place was old, and I got permission to detect it. Now I never went back like a knucklehead, but I'm going up again, and I'll talk to the lady again. But that was matter of we stopped in the shop for antiques, and the lady ringing us up and said, "Are you the owner by any chance?" And she said, "Yeah." And it was like, "Oh," and I just started talking to her. So, yeah, that's a great idea. Who was that presented? That was a great idea. Thank you.
That was Tim
Good
Ill Digger. He has a channel as
stuff.
well.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
So
Hey,
yeah, I mean,
I'll be right back.
what are you doing, man? The
Gotta let
hell?
gotta let the
Oh, you're
dogs out.
good. I'll keep them entertained for a while. Hopefully, we don't lose everybody.
I see we were at 76 likes.
Yeah, we're getting there. We'll hang out and see. If not,
Yeah,
we'll give some stuff away anyway.
we can have a little leeway on that. That's a lot
Well,
of thumbs up. So
that's a lot of people. We're not that popular.
yeah, we'll see. But I mean, 100, man, that makes us feel really good, really special,
Real good, real good.
real good.
All right, it's all good. So yeah, hey Dustin, he's gone. He's like leaving me hanging there. So yeah, anybody else has any great ideas? Type them up there on the column there. I'll keep an eye open here where we're at. 79 likes. Thanks again, guys. You guys are awesome. Throw me some more, man. I'm gonna post up some more ideas. Anybody have any great ideas as far as permissions? Oh, I'm so special. Thank you, Karen. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Biddy says Dustin's getting permission right now. He probably is, that little bastard. Bring kids with you. There you go. That's one I was surprised at. It. I think other people did mention that. Bring kids with you. That's a great idea. Bring
I
your
used
kids with you.
I used to do that.
Yeah.
Yep. Never get to do
I have one somebody didn't mention. If they did, I didn't see it. So have you ever offered to the homeowner to join you?
me. You asking me?
Well, I have. You tell me your story and I'll tell you.
I just told you a story where I asked a homeowner to join me.
As far as like did they
I'm
like
like,
I mean
no,
was there
I
another
have.
detector you have? Have you ever
No, like the owner, this particular owner that I asked, he didn't have a detector, so I brought that up to him that I have an extra detector as a sale as me selling it to him.
and he
Like,
did it?
hey, yeah, I said, hey, I do have an extra detector if you want to join me, and he was like, I'd love that.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, and I said, and if you, I said, actually, if you end up liking it, I could put you in touch with my friend at West Shore Hobbies. That was shameful. But no, I said I could put you in touch with my friend and he can, he'll take care of you.
Yeah.
And so that, and then there are other times where we've gotten permissions where the owners were interested and went out detecting with us.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
a nice thing to offer. I mean, if somebody has a lot of interest and they get really hype about it, and you're feeling the people, like you're feeling that vibe from them that they might appreciate what you can teach them and let them find stuff in their own yard. I mean, there again, it's like Dustin said, you just got to feel these people out and, see, if they're kind of willing to want to do it or not. I mean, it's not something that everybody's going to want to do. Some people, like Dustin said, they're just gonna be like, yeah, just go dig my yard. I don't care. And I get that sometimes too.
yeah. You'll have people that they're indifferent to it and don't care, or basically they're like, have at it, have fun. And they get a kick out of watching. Like
Which
to them, we're little boys and girls, and they get a kick out of letting us go play.
the SetTube 27 has a good question there, and we'll go into this a little bit. I think it's a good thing to, because it's going to be asked. It's going to be asked.
Yeah.
Well, what do you do with the fines, Dustin? If I let you detect my yard?
What would you like? Are you interested in having any? Because I do keep a shadow box with me, and if I find enough stuff over a period of time, and here's one of the things when I'm selling this, if I get to this point, okay, is over a period of time, if I get enough things, I can do a shadow box for you.
Yeah.
What did I just do for myself? Over a period of time, I just introduced that I'm going to come back. And that's in my introduction when I'm selling myself. So I act, that's part of my spiel. That's part of my schmooze, is I would like to give you whatever I find, or I mean, I don't really go out of my way to say that initially, but if they ask, I'll be like, by all means, you can have whatever you'd like. I said, I have so much stuff at home. I mean, look behind me, I have so much stuff that, I care more about the history and you knowing more about your home than anything. So yeah, absolutely. You should be able to give up some
Yeah.
fines.
Yeah.
This isn't about just keeping the fines. If it is for you, you're a treasure hunter, and that's great. You may not be a detectorist.
Yeah.
You're just a treasure hunter. There's a
The
difference, I think.
the people like I mean I could tell a real quick story on giving back as far as that goes. Like so in the video that I have on my YouTube, it's called the Hermit House. If you look at that house, I mean it
Know
is
that one.
old. It's an old stone house.
Yeah,
And that if you look at the pictures when the old hermit lived in there, that place was a dump. Okay. Now this house was fixed up and redone immaculately. It's almost to the point where it was one of those yards where you didn't want to ask about it. But this was in the fall. The guy knew the neighbor and he said something to him and he was like, yeah. So but they came out and showed me a bunch of stuff that they found in the yard, which was just a bunch of pottery shards. But these people kept these pottery shards, and I'm like, damn, they kept these pottery shards like they're just pottery shards. Who cares? But just the connection that they wanted to have
yeah,
those because it was with the house told me, wow, these people really appreciate this stuff. So at the end of the day, when we showed them stuff, we offered them some stuff. They didn't want the stuff, and I was like, man, are you sure? And I drove out of that place the next day. I almost was like, man, Andy, you should have just gave it to him anyway. I mean, it was all 1700 stuff. I mean, I really would like to keep it. Half of me that goes by, it's almost one of those things that kind of haunts me. Like I should just go back and it's not too late. I mean, I can drop
yeah,
off a shadow box and give it to him and say,
yeah.
look, I thought about this. I really want to give this to you guys. You deserve it. So
I had a lady one time. Uh, I was on her permission. It's a pretty old house. It's early 1700s or mid 1700s. Which in my area that's pretty old. So um, I'm detecting her home, and I get this great crotal bell. It has a 1879 date on it. It is, I mean, the details in it are so good.
right.
He happens to walk by as I'm just staring at it, and here, guys, it was my first full intact crotal
His
bell.
first bell.
And I'm looking at, I'm like, oh man. And I see the shadow over me, and I look up. She's like, oh my God, can I see that? And she's looking at it. Oh my God. You mind if I keep it? What do you say? You got to say, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if not, party's over. You may have that bell, but you ain't getting nothing else there. She goes, because if I was the owner, I'd be like, okay, well, take the bell and get the hell out.
Yeah.
But, gave it to her. All I said was, hey, can I get a couple pictures of it? And that was it, And then I'm handing it to her like, crying.
How long ago was that, Dustin? Was it a long time ago?
Oh, that was about 7, 8 years ago.
So I mean,
Yeah.
you found the Croto bell since then.
Oh, I found many.
Many, I'm sure, right? So I mean,
But I'll tell you this: I never found one as nice as that, and I never
that
found
one.
one dated. That wasn't it was an 1800s one, so it wasn't an old one. You know what I mean? It was like a late 18. I think it had like an 1879 or 1890 date, is what it was. So it wasn't a newer one, but it just had detail that I'd never seen before. It was very ornamental.
Right.
But
Two questions. Go
you
ahead. I'm
get
sorry.
yeah. Well, just once again, someone asks, then you work with them. You
Right.
present it as I'll work with you. Okay. You don't. I can't give you every word, but you're presenting it as, hey, if that question's asked, I'll work with you on that,
Yeah.
and you come up with whatever wording you want. But that's the gist of it, is that you'll work with it.
Have you ever had any bad feedback? Like, I mean, I just saw this comment somebody asked about. I think it was Vidi asked about. He said, "Has you ever had the cops called on you?" I have never had the cops called on me, but I've had people already tell me this is kind of funny about how they have like they gave me the no and they were pretty firm about it, and then they acted like I was going to come back in their yard and they told me this. They said, "We have security cameras out there." What? Like I wasn't going to come dig up your yard while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny, but I got that already, and I was like, that's kind of strange.
The problem is there in some of the stuff I've encountered, getting a little bit off topic here, but some of the stuff I encountered are night hawkers. Guys that come
Yeah,
in with their lamps, and they just dig, and they dig everything, and they have holes everywhere, and they roll.
yeah,
And there was a bunch of those marauders up like in the Juniata area, just doing that to different like historic properties too. And I've
yeah,
encountered that more than anything. And that's kind of crap and like the property owner there had to be won over. It wasn't my permission, but my friend Jerry Ross, he won that guy over after those guys did that stuff to him. And then what happened was that owner, he kicked everyone off after that except for us.
Wow.
So, you know, it is what it is. We lost some stuff, but yeah, I've encountered some crap like that,
Those
unfortunately.
people in the chat actually, Dustin, they're chiming in saying that they have had the cops called on them. So it's not like man, there's people saying how they were hunting a park and cops came. I'm reading a bunch of different ones here. People, the neighbors called.
Wow,
So
yeah,
people have definitely ran into that. I'm seeing it here in the comments. So we're not the only ones that run into this weird stuff. So
yeah.
that's funny.
Digging Canuck, that's Liz, right? Digging Canuck.
Yeah. Then he says Nighthawkers killed Gettysburg. I believe that.
Yep. Yeah, because here's something funny that I always found really interesting about Gettysburg. Now I still see there's guys that do go hunting in the areas around there, and I still think there's some good hunting areas. It's hard. I mean, that's one as good as I am. I did a mailing campaign for all of Gettysburg. I sent out pamphlets and stuff, all kinds of flyers, business card, whatever. I got one reply. They called me up and said they're not interested. But
Wow.
I always wonder, how do they keep the stores filled with Gettysburg relics if you couldn't have been able to hunt the field in X
Yeah.
amount of years? And I know personally, most of these guys that are hunting the surrounding area, they're not selling their stuff. So where did it come from? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I'm not accusing anyone. I'm not saying. I'm really asking where to come from.
Yeah. Right.
So it's not like down south where you can still hit a lot of battlefields and it's open game. Especially on the mountains and like Antietam, the one side of the mountain, you can hit that all you want. That's the Union side, unless it's all developed now. But anyways, I digress. But that happens. Yeah. I never had a cop called on me though. You know, first of all, if you have a permission, all you got to do is say I got permission, and that's it. Walk away.
Yeah.
Just a lot of people forget who they got the permission from. So remember who you got your permission from.
Yeah. It's
Um,
important information if you get asked.
yeah, all part of your research. So
Yeah. Right.
make sure you know that, or having permission doesn't really work for you. But yeah, the answer is archaeologists. Yeah. They can do no wrong, those archaeologists.
Yeah.
But yep, that's pretty much it. What else you got
Yeah. I
for me?
mean, I know, so I can get into as far as I know we kind of got a little off topic there, but it happens.
Certainly did.
But as far as for the shy people, I'm going to talk about some things and tips that I've done. Because there's days where I don't feel like door knocking, or I'm just like, I don't feel like getting disappointed. So anyway, a lot of times, I mean, so we said about resources, Facebook, Instagram, any ways that you have friends with friends, or you're meeting people that see what you do. They know that you metal detect. um, Facebook is a huge one for me. Somebody becomes your friend that metal detects, or somebody has a four-wheeler that I worked on or something like that, I'll hit them up. I'll find these people on Facebook. I'm like, hey, Roger, whatever, just give me a name, Roger Rock, his name is, and I'll type it up and I'll see if he's on Facebook. I'm like, hey, there he is, and I'll friend request him. And then I'll send him a message and say, this is where the research, you got to do a little research. You have to know where he lives at. You have to find that information on the GIS mapping. If nobody knows about that, that would be a whole other freaking show there too.
But
But
if you don't know about that, not to cut you off, Andy, but
no,
if you
you're
don't
good.
know about GIS mapping,
You're losing out.
yeah, you're so far behind the ball. You need to stop and just look that up when we're done, or
Right.
stop, turn us off and look it up. I don't
Yeah.
think anyone here should be that way. Looks like we got some veterans in here, but if not, it's that important because you won't know who to look up on Facebook if you haven't looked at the GIS first.
Yeah.
Because I do the same thing.
No, I
But
mean,
yeah,
it's like,
you have to. You have to use your GIS, or it's called parcel viewer
yeah,
or property map. Okay, different names for it, but each county, township usually has it, unless they're a little cash poor. Then the
yeah,
bigger county will have it.
yeah. I mean, not to go into
Free.
details there, Dustin, but I mean that information that you find on these sites gives you property lines. It tells you how much property they have. It says acreage. It tells you all that stuff. that there's more firepower for you to know ahead of time. So, but like it's like Robert says about stalker. I mean, in a way, you kind of are a stalker.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to sound like some creep. You need to let these people know right up front why did you reach out to me? Give them that information. Just say, hey, I'm a metal detectorist. I noticed you had a really old property. Would you be willing to let me scan your land and I can show you what I find if you're interested? Make your own thing up and try to sweet talk them and schmooze them like Dustin says there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what
Um,
it's about.
the least they're going to do is, number one, they're never going to see your Instagram or your post, because a lot of times Facebook's weird like that. They don't see it. Number two, they'll see it and they won't respond, and that's a good chance that they're not interested. Or three, they're going to get a hold of you and say, maybe we can talk about it, and then you can engage them with more information. That's a way for sure. I've been very successful with as far as getting permissions. Just digging up your old friends, like you're going down through your friends list and you're like, hey, this guy lives in this town and I think he has an old house. Or this might sound weird and creepy, but like when you see Facebook pictures of people, like let's say Dustin's standing next to an old farmhouse with his wife, and it's like it looks like it could be his house. That's an indicator to tell your head, hey, I think Dustin has an old house. Maybe I can ask him for permission. I'm already friends with Dustin. Maybe he'll let me dig up his yard. You know what I mean? So you got to really get into the thought process of any way you can get out there, get yourself out there to these people, and just let them know what you're doing. It's not like you're committing murder. You just want to find some cool stuff out there in their yard. So it's no harm, no foul, really. It's just pretty easy stuff.
The more professional you act, the better. I mean,
100%.
you don't have to be politically correct, okay, per se, but the better you represent yourself and as more of someone than just a regular hobbyist per se,
Right.
uh, flash in the pan.
Pans here, Ed. Thanks for tuning in, buddy.
So you want to make sure of that, okay? And I just can't, all I'm digging up my old friend.
So she says digging her. It makes her feel creepy. That's funny. Hey, that could be true.
But yeah, any of the platforms, any of the methods that Andy's talking about, they're useless if you don't do the research.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think what other ways. I mean, is there any other ways that it's just social media in general is just it's a great way. I mean,
what do you guys say? Anyone else have any other ways of gaining permissions that
83 likes.
We have 83 likes for real.
That's what it says.
Very cool.
As far as I'm trying to think.
Awesome.
Yeah,
you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
You guys must like us or something.
Yeah, I mean it's a good topic. I mean, and I hope we offered some good stuff. I mean, we're not done yet. I think we have some more tricks in the bag here, maybe. But yeah, I mean, if anybody has anything else to say, put it up here on the side chat and let us know. I'll highlight it and we can chat about that.
Mainly,
like, come on, we need to hit 100.
Your local historian, and the people that do know your local history, they are the ones you really want to talk to.
Yeah.
So my wife's gonna sneak through. There she is, guys. There she is. Run. Love you.
I'm just reading some of the comments here. Farmers talk to farmers about getting permissions. That's
yeah. I tell you, I've seen. It's funny. One of the things farmers have issues with us is hunters on their property. So you have, like, if they say, no, I got guys hunting and just tell them, hey, wherever you live, depending on where you live, is well, can I come at the end of the season, maybe for like a week or two, just come out and just work with them. If you got them dialoguing, you got them halfway. So keep talking to them. Who we got? Can you get metal detect? Oh, they won.
That's the Juice Man. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Juice.
I'm finally looking at the feed. It's slowing down a little. You guys are awesome. I'll tell you, you guys are awesome. Is everyone happy so far with what we've done tonight? Like, has this helped anyone, or are we
Hopefully,
just
it's
kind of
helping some people out there. I mean, a
yeah?
lot of this information, it might be old news to some people. I mean, maybe these, maybe some people have gained some stuff. I think we offered some new information. I hope
Yeah,
so.
I hope so. So if you guys have anything else to add before maybe we do a giveaway, uh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we don't want to just come on and talk. You know, we like doing this, but we're not into just hearing ourselves. So we appreciate you guys
Right.
tuning in and being part of the family and just talking to us. So yeah, there have been some great ideas. I think. I mean, I've learned some things or two from Andy and from some of the people's comments in here. It's really cool. I mean, listen, if you don't have it, you don't have it. You just can't do nothing about it, right?
Yeah.
So you just try to. Hopefully, we gave you some options. If you're not a people person, for number one, there's no shame in that. I mean, I want to get that out there to anyone that's nervous or uncomfortable or gets tongue tied at that last second. There's no shame in it. Okay, guys, we all have our own little quirks that do things to us. Um, the thing to do to get you out of that, being freaked out about it when it happens, is to remember it's okay. And sometimes showing humility in front of someone that you don't know goes a longer way than you may think.
All right.
And I mean, in the beginning, I know there were times where I would try to give out this big spiel and end up going, you know what? I'm so nervous. I just want to come here and detect. And I know I looked this up on the map, and I tell them why, and they'd laugh and go, God.
They're like, relax, buddy.
Yeah, generally, if you humble yourself in front of someone, unless they're a real a hole or jerk, they're not going to come down on you, So just remember that for you ones out there that get a little tongue tied and anxious, it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, being nervous is 100% natural. I mean, it's gonna happen to everybody. I mean, I'm really outgoing, but even somebody like me, I get nervous every time. I mean, I imagine Dustin, each time you do it, and let's say you're doing really successful, I imagine each time is going to come a little bit easier and easier. But you got to put yourself out there. You have to get through it the first, second, third time. You have to deal with the humiliation of a no. You just have to deal with it. I mean, it's all part of this hobby. And if you really want to get out there and get away from digging in the parks and where the crap's been pounded to death, and you really want to find the old good stuff, you need to get out of your comfort zone, and you just need to get out and try it. I mean,
Yep.
it's 100% true, and I mean, if you want to
E-
get the good stuff,
Everyone here has been told no. No one's ever been not told no. If not, they're awesome. I mean, for
yep,
real. I mean,
you need
that's a
some
great
tips.
track record.
Yeah, yeah,
But I got my money that sooner or later you'll get a no.
yeah.
Um, but it's just how it is. It comes with the territory. I was down a couple years ago about getting a couple no's in a row. Um, and then my wife's like, "What are you worried about? You already have like 20 or 30 permissions. Like why do you get so wrapped up?" And then that was like another theory, another period of evolution where it's like, okay, I'm not going to worry about that. I had some fields that I'm losing to progress,
Right.
um, to being built on, and that sucked. But you know what? Like once again, I can still go out and get more if I just apply myself.
Right.
So they're out there for you guys. There's plenty, and it's not running out. It's not. I promise.
Yeah. There's been places where it's like I'm always like, this place had to be hit before, and it hasn't been. So I mean, you have to have faith. I mean, not every old house that you're gonna ask for permission or whatever is gonna be like all fresh ground. It could have been hit before, but you need to have in the back of your head that just to stay positive, and just like I said, the newer technology is just so much better. You got to have faith that there's still stuff there. I mean, don't give up. Scan that whole freaking yard until you find that one Indian head penny, and you're like, yes, I that last dude missed it. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, and like Flash in the Pan says, don't trespass. Don't
Oh
just
yeah.
give up, hope, and go. I did that once actually. Knocked on the door, was all nervous. Probably one of the first permissions I asked and but didn't ask for. No one answered. I figured, screw it. I'll go across the street to their property, their other part of the property. I'm
Right.
detecting. 10 minutes later, this guy comes over and goes, "What are you doing?" I introduced myself. and rightfully so. He said, "Get the hell off my property." You know what? I said, "You're right." Never,
Man.
ever did that again. So now that was, like I said, one of my first times, and uh, obviously, if other people are mentioning it, it happens. Okay.
Right.
Uh, so, like I said, all the stuff that I've given as information, um, I learned the hard way, or I've seen it learned the hard way. So, yeah.
Trying to think what we missed. I don't want to miss anything here. If anybody thinks we should talk about something, say it here on the side. I'd like to hear anything somebody thinks we should hit on. Any questions anyone has? I mean, now's the time to ask. You know what I mean? 89 likes, man. We're getting close, man.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't want
Wow.
to just be. I don't want to just be here rambling. I mean, I want to hear everybody else's thoughts. And
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I got to go one more time. I'll be right back.
he's leaving me again.
Come on.
I know what I can ask real quick. Who all in this chat is going to come out swinging? If you're in here, I'm just a random question. If you're going to come out swinging, say me or something. Say something. Just let me know. I'm just curious if any of you guys are going. I typed me. But yeah, that should be a good hunt. Whoever is in the Pennsylvania area, I don't know if there's any tickets left or not for Come Out Swinging. It's going to be a really awesome event this year, April 2nd and 3rd, I think it is. If I'm not right on that, I'm pretty sure I am. But yeah, that's going to be good to meet a lot of the guys here in the chat. I'm excited for that event to meet a lot of the other guys and gals out here. Too far for me, yeah. My rambling soothes you. Look, I must be rambling. You're back.
Hey,
Thanks for coming back.
what are you doing? Come here. Oh my God. I got one of my dog, now one cat, and I know the other cat will be following.
Hey, thanks for coming in, PNW. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Who here is going to Bone? I know there's some Maine people in here and some Massachusetts people in here. Anyone going to Best of Northeast? Just curious.
Smog maker. What's going on? We had some come out swinging people in here. They're saying me. That's funny.
Yeah, well, come out swinging is going to be fun. You know, they've upped their game, and I think I'm going to do that King of Tones. You going to do that?
Game of Tones, it's called, or whatever.
Yeah, Game of Tones. I'm going to do that. We'll see how many.
I guess I'll tell you what. I guess we hit it all because nobody's chatting about anything we missed.
No, I
can't imagine we hit it all, but yeah, it's
Ooh, come out swinging sold out. Are you saying it's sold out, Vinny, or are you asking?
I think he's asking.
Oh, okay.
Sean is a sponsor for Game of Tones.
Is where they bury things, different things in the ground, and you have to guess what they are as you put your coil over them. And whoever gets the most correct ones wins. I never heard of it before until they did it, I guess, at one of their last ones, but I wasn't there for that. But that's something I want to do just to see. I mean, yeah, Karen Bone was it can be a little pricey. It definitely can. Right. But this is my first time going, and I've never been to like a dig stock or a Bone or anything like that. Everything I did was like weekend hunts, right, club hunts and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll let you know if it's worth the money. How's that?
10 more likes. 10 more likes. Can we do it? Did we talk about waivers? We did talk about waivers, actually. I don't know. I think you might have. I think you said they ran out for a little bit.
About waivers, and that's definitely a ticket to success, especially in dealing with businesses. Individuals don't so much want them, but businesses do, and organizations, stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely you need to have them on hand if you plan on getting permissions. And because here's the thing. They just kicked my cat out of the other room. Because now I lost my train of thought. Dang you guys. What was I on? What was I talking about? before my cat came out and interrupted me.
You're talking about waivers and stuff.
Oh, the waivers. You're you got to have that because and I know where I was going. If you're going to be at like because we are talking about like certain times a year and in certain conditions you go detecting. Like you can't go do manicured yards all summer. So you kind of need to keep asking for more and more permissions to cover all those different times and stuff.
Right.
So we have fields to go to for certain points of the year. We have certain houses we could still go to or properties. And you're eventually going to need that that waiver at some point. So hold on a second. Will you turn that down, please? Or go upstairs. Thank
so
you.
so the waiver. I mean, I'll let you finish, but I can say something about.
But yeah, you wanna be able to so for permissions, you want to keep asking for more and more, even not to be greedy in a way, but so that you can cover all those different types of situations to hunt in and not to
Right.
hunt in. So a waiver is a necessity, I think, at this point for anyone really.
Yeah, I mean a waiver and or a permission form. I have both those forms, and I have like a little folder I take around when I go up to a house permission. Number one, I know we talked about not being a salesman, but if you're carrying something up to somebody's house in your hand, that should be one of the first things you present them with. That's just me, how I do it. I am not a salesman because when you're holding paperwork in your hands, boy, they're going to think you're selling them something and they're not going to be interested. There's no way. That's one thing I definitely throw out there. But anyway, as far as the form goes, guys, they have a metal detecting permission paper online. If you just Google metal detecting permission, and then there's also a metal detecting like waiver form. You can find them online. That's all I did. Just
They're,
Google them.
they're
You know what I'm
free.
saying?
Just
Yeah, they're
Google a
free.
free waiver and
Yeah,
and just get a template. You can make your own waiver. You're basically saying I'm not going to hold you liable if I am hurt in any way
you
on your
fall or
property
something. Yeah,
for
but
any reason whatsoever. And that's basically what it is. And there'd be a spot for you to sign and a spot for the other person to sign, and perhaps on some of them a notarized spot if you need it. I've never gone to that
yeah, that
extent,
level.
but you can tailor make any to your own liking, even from scratch. But
Yeah,
you just basically have to include everything in there. Where the property is, the dates. Like I have one from an organization that gave me, I could be on this part of the property on these dates. So it's whatever you need it for, whatever. But it's to protect the owners from any liability that they may occur from you.
right. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the form I have, just to go into a little bit of detail, is they go into detail as far as like permission wise. Like, let's say on my slip, it says about a date. Like, maybe they just want you there for a day, and you can assure them, like, they'll write today's date and say, or there's a spot on mine that says exclusive, or it's unlimited. Like, if these people really like you and you have a farm field and they say, exclusive or whatever, you got free range and you got it on paper. Like, if somebody comes out in the field, like, hey, dude, you're not supposed to be out here digging. I'm like, oh, well, guess what, buddy? I got the signature right here says I can
Yeah.
be. It's just proof saying if the cops call or if somebody reaches out to you, like you're in your face, just have that on you to say, look, it's proof that you're allowed to be there, that you're not some weirdo out there doing what you're not supposed to. So yeah,
I at one organization, I or business, I had a groundskeeper, and he had approached me. Do you have permission to be here? I said, yeah, and he said, by who? And I said, the president of blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no, you don't. I'm like, bam. After that, he said, well, can you just leave that in your card so I can see it when I come up? And I was like, yep.
yeah,
But yeah, so you never know. But there are good things to have. Um, and if you don't have it, it's okay. It won't kill you. But most businesses will ask.
that was a good question, though. I mean, definitely, definitely good firepower to have in your arsenal as far as to show people. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be a question you will get asked.
Yep.
Oh, you get hurt. What's going to happen?
So we're at 92 likes.
No, so close.
92 likes, and it looks like 40 some people are watching
It's killing me.
after 2 hours. That's pretty good, guys. I mean, that,
Yeah, we're not going to struggle them to death here. We're not going to
yeah, and
choke
I
them for
think,
likes.
yeah, I think we done pretty dang good getting some likes, and then, uh, we just appreciate you guys tuning in. Do you want to do a giveaway, or what do you want to do?
Of course I do. All
I
these
like
people have been
spending
great
money
tonight.
on it.
We can't leave them hanging over a
Yeah,
few likes.
yeah,
I'm sure we'll get them. I mean, after the show, people watch the show. This will be a good show for people to tune in afterwards, Dustin. I mean, let's say
yeah,
they missed it. I mean, come back and watch it later. I mean,
yeah. Because we do get about 200-300 viewers from like the West Coast and different parts of the country that'll
yeah,
tune in over the next
different
12
times.
hours or so. Which is really kind of cool when we look, because we actually gauge, how many viewers we had, how many we keep in, during as we go, how many thumbs up or likes we get, stuff like that. We're looking at just to make sure that we're giving you guys something worthwhile to keep tuning into.
Right.
Um, you know, one thing we don't do is we don't really do a lot of show and tells. Although I think we may have one video, maybe one live stream where we'll do some show and tells.
Yeah, we will.
But um, we're there for you guys more than anything, but we really enjoy doing this. It's fun.
Yeah, I
So
figure
ain't
once
gonna lie.
people once people get out dusting more and they start finding stuff, I think maybe that's when we'll gear our show towards more of that stuff. Like maybe
Yeah,
base the show on people's finds and just highlight the people on that show. Like
yeah.
it's all about the people and their cool finds. I mean, it's on the list there, everybody. So stay
And
tuned.
we do have some really good topics coming up. We'll give you one, right? We can talk about the next episode, right? Can't we? Can we or
Yeah,
can't
I
we?
mean that's it was brought up in the chat, so go for it. You
Yeah, I
say
mean,
about it and I can tell them what I got.
yeah, we're gonna have magnet fishing. It's gonna be about magnet fishing. Something totally different. I've never gone magnet fishing. I've seen magnet fishing videos. I've seen a lot of magnet fishing videos.
Yeah,
And I think Andy has a couple guests lined up for this one,
yeah, yeah,
and it's going to be pretty entertaining because I mean, we find really cool stuff, but these
yeah,
guys they're finding Uzis and
yeah.
AKs and
And the guests I'm having on, Dustin, they find just that. They find a lot of handguns. I will tell you where they're from. I'm not going to announce who they are yet,
yeah,
but they're from Detroit. So I mean, Detroit's a crime capital for sure. These guys have been at it for a long time. I'm definitely thinking I'm going to have two guests for sure. But yeah, they have some awesome stories with magnet fishing. Some crazy stuff that they found. It's a different aspect. I mean, it's
yep.
treasure hunting, right? So we're just not everybody in here is going to be all about metal detecting. I mean, the bottle digging
Yeah,
last week, Dustin. I mean, it's
that
all
was
treasure to
awesome.
me.
That was awesome. I like that. I think everyone enjoyed that one, to be honest, because it's fun. I mean, if you're not into it and don't want to tune in, that's cool and all, but
Right?
why would you not learn about something else that a lot of your fellow hobbyists are doing as well? That's how I
Yep.
feel about it. I mean, I don't know nothing about it. Like I said, I've never done it, but I'm sure as heck engaged when I watch videos, and I don't really see a problem if someone ever invited me to go do it to say no, why I wouldn't do it. It's not
Right.
like you when you ask me, hey, you want to go out and get underwater and stuff, and I'm like, hell no, you know that. But I watch, and I watch your videos, and and I watch Nugget Noggin's videos and Riley's videos and all those others. Uh, but yeah, where are we at now?
Oh, real quick, not to interrupt you there, but Flash Ed put up. I mean, you're not gonna. I guess you could click on that link, I guess, because he's a mod. Right there, he looks like he found the document for a waiver. So thanks for that, Ed. That'll get some people maybe to click on that and figure out, you know.
Yeah, we're at 96 like.
So close. But yeah, magnet fishing gonna be a
So
good topic. Like I said, the guys coming on. No, it's a guy and a female, believe it or not. Um, they found a lot of cool stuff, and I'm excited to have them on. So it should be a good time. A lot of crazy stuff these guys find with these magnets. I mean, you would think all the stuff they find is gonna be like crap, but I'll tell you what, they pull up some pretty cool stuff.
lost. Someone said, Dustin, get on your phone and hit the thumbs up. But the problem is I think I was one of the first ones to already hit the thumbs up.
Magnet fishing kit giveaways. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
actually
What are you smoking?
who, me?
No,
Who?
we need some magnet fishing kit giveaways next week. Yeah, right. You know how much those magnets cost?
Yeah, I just sold 2 of them tonight to mainly Dirtfish and Robert. He bought 2 kits off of me. I am sponsored by Rogue Magnetics. That's why I'm wearing their hat. I do sell them. If anybody is interested in magnets, I'm not going to throw my sales pitch out, but let me know. I can send you a code to get you a magnet kit cheaper. Rogue Magnetics has a really nice beast box, but we'll go over all that in the next show and stuff like that. We're not trying to sell you anything here.
No, no, no. I mean, and if you guys want to promote, put a link in for if you can. I don't
Your
know if they
channel,
can.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll promote your channel. We'll let you put it in there, and we're
3
three.
more.
What? We need 3 more. Is that
Likes.
it? We have less people watching, and we're getting more likes. Someone's playing something funny. Someone's opening up a bunch of YouTube accounts. Watch.
People come in and out though. They're like they're here and then they
I'm
leave.
telling you right now, Orlando probably has like 7 YouTube accounts opened, and he's doing each one of them, and he's not stopped until we hit 100. Come on, you Orlando.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody being here, man. We can't say that enough. I mean, we look forward to this every week for just the crazy people that come in here and chat. I love clicking on the goofy comments. It just makes us laugh, and we have a lot of fun doing this. I mean, Dustin's half laughing now. Just he just I don't know.
Comments laughing. Yeah, we just hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. So that's what it's
We
all
got
about.
40 people now. There's more people. They're like telling people about it.
Yeah, bring them in, bring them in, bring them in.
Man, I have to dig in my bag again.
I didn't see Lisa Tortuga tonight. Did you?
I didn't see Ace. I didn't know if he was in here.
I didn't see Ace tonight either.
Dang
I
it,
didn't
Ace.
see Nancy. Where was Nancy?
Yeah, I didn't see Nancy.
Nancy left us. Dang her.
Yeah, these people got stuff to do. I get it.
Yeah. Joe wasn't in.
Joe had something going on. I actually hit him up. He said he was helping somebody out. 98. We need 2 more, everybody. 2 more.
2 more. And what we're saying is hit the like button if you haven't already.
Yeah.
If we hit 100, we're going to do this giveaway for this pinpointer.
Yeah. 99, brother. Oh!
The pinpointer is from West Shore Hobbies. I know I've mentioned him a lot tonight, but it's because he's done a lot for us. Just like Andy's mentioned some of his sponsors.
Yeah.
These guys are like the guy at West Shore Hobbies, Mike. His name, we call him Viddy. His last name's Vidovich. He's a detectorist. He goes out with me. We go swinging. He's not hitting a home run on every purchase. Everyone's getting the best deal he can give them. And I like that. And there's other guys out there like Joe DeMarco and Drew and Waholic. And there's a lot of great dealers out there. And try to keep it mom and pop if you can. I mean, it's easy to go to Kelly Co. or Sirius to get, the cheapest.
Yeah.
But the warranties, really what matters is the warranty. So why not go to your local guy where you have access to talk to someone? The warranty is the same whether you get it from Kelly Co. or not. And that difference in 10 or 20 bucks, if there even is a difference, because most dealers now can give you great packages of other stuff to go with it. So try to stay local. Like I said, if it's not Mike or any of the guys Andy mentioned, just try to do that. That's just my little plug. Win a permission. Ha! That'll be nice. You're gonna make these guys work for this last one.
I'm not gonna make them sweat anymore. I'm not gonna make them sweat. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Phew. I'm trying to think. So what do you have? I feel like I need to up my ante a little bit here.
I have. I don't know who makes it. It looks like a generic one. A GP pointer. Boom.
Right.
Boom. Oh, how's that? So.
You want to do 1 giveaway or 2? How do you want to do it?
Well, we can do this, and if you want to give something away, that's fine.
Yeah.
Or you looking? But anyway, I hope you guys can see that. Brand new in the box.
Here, keep these guys. Keep them occupied real quick. I want to go see what else I have. Is that right?
You got it, Andy. No problem.
Hang loose, everybody. I want to do a little dance, and I'll be right back.
You guys entertained? No. Me either. That's a Quest GP pointer. Okay, it's a Quest. Why does it say Quest on it? That's goofy. But it's a Quest, so it's a name brand pointer. Basically, I mean, let's face it, guys. Most of them are the same.
I'm all over the place.
Paying for a name.
All right, so we're back.
Hey, we're at 100.
What's that?
Are we at 100? Smog Maker says 100.
Looks like it. I love the
102.
graphic. Huh?
Dang you, Orlando. I know you're opening accounts.
That's funny.
Yeah, we got to hook them up. And then, you know, if you guys want to hang on a little and chat a little bit more, we can. But basically, after 2.5 hours, what more can we tell you?
Yeah.
GP is a knockoff China Carrot. Where do you think all the crap comes from mostly anyway? I know Garrett says made in you. Here's a little trick, okay, coming from a retail insider. Most things that say American made, not most things, we'll say a percentage of things that say American made are not American made. They're made elsewhere, but they're assembled in America, which lets them say American made. Like Ashley Furniture, I used to sell that, and one of the things they would promote is it's American made. I had a vet call me at one point and says, "Why does it say Vietnam on the back?" And he was PO'd, man, returned everything and had every right to. But just so you guys know, not trying to prove anyone right or wrong or this or that. I think it was a funny comment. But most of the stuff's made there anyway. Or Taiwan.
All right, start typing the yard, everybody. That way everybody that's still in here gets entered into the competition of the picking or whatever the hell you call it.
The yard.
The yard, yeah. The yard. It seems to be the way. So yeah, you're gonna give away a pinpointer. Do you want to do 2 giveaways? Let's do 2.
You're doing 1 too, or what?
I'll do 1 as well. Yeah. You want actually? Let me do mine first.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Like your special.
Yours is probably better than mine.
Whatever. I'm not done with you anymore.
Let's start collecting.
Done with you.
I have a 1935 Mercury dime, silver. I have a pinpointer cap. I have a lanyard, which is not a Dan's lanyard, so sorry if you're watching Dan. And I got a pair of digging gloves. I'll throw all this in 1 giveaway.
So that's what you guys are going to win on this giveaway. The next, like, we'll do another draw after this for the Quest Pro Pointer or pinpointer.
Gotcha. That sounds fair.
Yeah, man.
All right. Let me see where we're at here once.
Viddy said Danyard. That's what Dan should put instead of a lanyard. He should put it's a Danyard.
All right, let's see where we're at here once. Bear with me here once.
Sean said, Andy, is that the Merc I sent you?
It is. I'm passing it forward, brother. Passing it forward.
Yo, Sean, you the man. You called him out.
Yeah, you got me, brother.
But it is playing it forward, though.
Well, it was here, and I was like, I need to sweeten the deal a little bit. So, I mean, a lot of the giveaways I win from people, I do pass them forward that people might like them. You know what I mean? I like silver too. Don't get me wrong, but
Sean, if you send me silver, I'll keep it.
All right, this is not the winner here. I got to re-clear this.
Oh, that was funny.
All right, stop sharing. All right, here we go.
I'm getting hangry.
All right, are you ready to go?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
All right, here we go. Ready? This is for my drawing.
He's a regifter. You're a regifter, Andy. That's some funny stuff, man.
Oh, I win. How does that even work?
Did you win?
I'm not going to keep it.
I mean, the worst person in the world right now, Andy.
How did I win my own prize?
And he's winning his own prize that he's regifting. You are the most horrible host in the history of hosts.
Let's go again. Do you want to go again? Yeah, I think so.
No, you should keep it. Yeah, go again.
All right, here we go.
So everyone put the yard again. Type in
Kevin Myers. I hope he's still here.
type in hashtag yard again, guys.
Kevin Myers?
Did he win? Is that what you're saying?
Kevin Myers, yep.
Kevin Myers? Kevin, you still here, buddy? Well, he should be if there's a hashtag, right?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, he's here. Hey, Kev, congratulations, brother.
All right, sweet. So Kevin got the 1935 Merc from Sean gave it to me.
Don't just say Sean. Tell him where you got it from. Keystone History Hoarders.
Well, Berks County Metal Detecting to be.
Yeah, Berks County Metal Detecting.
That's where, yeah. So he got the coin, he's got the lanyard, he's got the pinpointer tip, and a pair of gloves. I'm going to put my email across the screen there, buddy. So hold on just a second. And yeah.
We're going to do one more for this pinpointer.
But there's the email at the bottom there for you, Kevin.
And then when you win the pinpointer, give Andy your information, and then he'll get it to West Shore Hobbies to send out to you directly from them.
Yeah, whoever wins the pinpointer, yep. Okay, cool.
Viddy.
You ready for this? You ready?
Yeah, so this is from West Shore Hobbies and Viddy sent.
Hey, and thanks for everybody getting us to 100. We were just kind of joking around about it, but we knew you guys had it in you. So thanks again for that. You guys are awesome for sure.
Yeah, Orlando. Now those 20 accounts you set up, make sure they subscribe to my page to get me some more subs. Okay.
That's funny. All right. Here we go. For the pinpointer, everybody. Hopefully everybody's still tuned in here. Some of them left, some of them are here.
That's all right though. The ones that these guys
the ones that hang out, get the goodies, right? I like it. All right, Kevin Myers, we're gonna change him up. I'm ready to draw again. Here we go for the pinpointer. Here we go.
Hashtag yard. Come on.
Digging Canuck. I don't know if she's still here.
Right. Is she still here? She got to be here.
I would think she is.
Yeah. Liz, where you at?
Yeah, is Liz still in here? Liz. I don't know if she is. I haven't seen her type anything, but she should have. I don't know. It's weird how this. We'll wait a little bit here. She's not.
717 detector. She's not. Well, of course, Orlando. Orlando's always the first to be like, get him out. Let's respin.
All right. Well, she's not here anymore.
I don't. Liz missed out.
All right. Let's go again. We don't want to hold everybody up all night.
Liz going once. Liz going twice.
Liz.
Sorry, Liz. We love you.
Yep. All right.
She had a long day, man. She started streaming in the morning. She had a fabulous show, too.
All right. Here we go.
Hashtag yard.
Hashtag the yard. Here we go. Going for it. Pinpointer. Here it goes. Ooh, I don't know if he's here either anymore. Good Lord.
That's all right.
Why is it not?
Yeah, huh? Why isn't it separating out?
It should. I'm almost positive he's not here anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen him. I say, are you there, AAP? I say, go ahead.
All right, we're gonna draw again. If they're not actively chatting, let's go. Here we go.
Yeah, Patty, her show was good, wasn't it?
Come on, somebody be here tonight.
Yeah. Well, we'll roll
Nathan,
to him. Hey, is Nathan still here?
I would hope he is. You tell me, brother. I can't see the screen unless I need to let you do. I'm just trying to get some.
But where I'm looking, there's a little lag. So I just got to wait. I'm like a second behind, but I don't see him. Greg Blake, just do rock, paper, scissors.
All right, do it again. Here we go.
Here we go, guys.
Supernatural Lost Adventures. I don't know if they're here. Holy crap! Why is it not taking these people away?
Oh, they're not here.
They're not here either. I don't think.
Uh-uh.
Well, the more people. All right, we're gonna
Well,
do it one
hey,
more time.
Squeaks, get in your hashtag the
The
yard.
yard.
Give it a second.
Yep. Supernatural Lost Adventures.
Everyone get it in there. Hashtag the yard. Whoever's in this yet, let's get you in there and make sure.
Yep.
Sean said you got to restart the giveaway program.
Do you really?
Well, I don't know. That's what he said, and I believe him.
All right, let's try this
This is
one.
how I roll. Good. Squeaks is in. Someone said the hashtags may not be working.
I'm gonna try this one more time. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do what he said. This should work this time. That was a good thing he said there. It's still gonna be the yard. Okay, there we go. Now we're at 36 entries. So whoever, just tell them one more time to type the yard. And if it's not
the yard, type in the yard because it's working now. So it's only going to be you guys.
This is going to be it for the pinpointer.
Yep. So you're going to be in the 30s. Was it like 36, 37?
It's exactly 36.
Okay.
All right. So whoever.
All right.
So just don't leave, people. Stay here for now. All right. Here we go.
We're trying hard to give this to you.
We're trying hard here, people. Good Lord. All right. Here it is, brother. Should be it. Sorry for the dilemma there. We're learning every day. All right, here it goes. You ready?
Yep, man.
For the pinpointer, here it is. This is a winner this time, boy.
Yeah. If Vinny wins, that's messed up.
Ooh,
hey! And this is her first time here, right?
I'm not sure. Madison, Maine, are you in here? Tell us you're here.
Please, you better be here.
I hope you're here.
Unless
you just left or something.
I'm here. I am here. Whoever it is, I am here. What's your name? I'm calling him Madison, Maine. I'm thinking it's a.
That's a female.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know if that was like a town.
So Madison, Maine. I'm putting my email is already down there at the bottom, scrolling across the screen. Just make sure you email me and say you won the pinpointer, and we'll get that out to you.
Yep. That'll come direct from West Shore Hobbies.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, man. Hey,
so,
I think I'm done.
You whooped, brother.
I'm whooped. I have a cold.
So anything you want to say to close us out here? I mean, before I talk a little bit, and then we'll be.
No, just that I enjoyed everyone that comes in, and I really appreciate it. I really do. It's been a great thing to do for this old guy to get out and talk to you guys, and so I appreciate it. And as always, I appreciate you, Andy, for having confidence and letting me join you every week. Love you, brother.
Somebody said Madison, Maine is a guy. Now that's not what I've been told. So that's kind of weird. I don't know how I got that misconception.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a town, Madison, Maine. That's what I thought it was like.
I don't know. That's news to me. I'll have to figure that one out. That's funny. Hey, we're not good with the states. We already know that.
You're all right too.
What's that?
I'm not talking to you, Andy. I'm not talking to you. Okay, whatever.
It's a town. Somebody said. There you go. Well, congratulations to all the winners. Dustin and I, like I said, we really appreciate you guys being here.
Thanks, Richie. It's Richie. Richie's the name. Thanks, Richie. See, I was right. I thought it was a town. Yeah, you guys are great. Thank you for tuning in. Next week we have the magnet fishing, and then we're going to announce another topic coming up that we think will be very interesting. So make sure you tune in, and thanks again, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome. I don't even know what else to say. Hopefully everybody gained a little bit of knowledge tonight. I mean, I'm sure we hit on some things that everybody might have heard before. At least somebody might have got something out of what we had tonight. Like I said, we definitely appreciate you tuning in for the shows. Next week, magnet fishing. We're going to have a good show then. Some good stuff that the guests have found, and we'll talk about that next week, I guess. So.
Yeah, and if you guys, when you're on your pages and channels and you see people because I've seen people recently post about striking out on permissions and stuff like that. Share our channel with them, or Andy's channel. Let them go back
Yeah.
to Andy's channel and get that information so that they have it.
Yeah. Knowledge is power for sure. I mean, it's
Yep.
maybe you suck at something and you need some advice. I mean, anybody you can help out. I mean, that's what this hobby's all about. I mean, you guys have been showing us that for sure. I mean, we started with not many people and then now it's like grown and grown and
Yeah.
we love all the feedback. So it's awesome. So
Yep. Thanks,
all right,
guys.
brother. We good?
Yep, we're good.
You gonna punch out of here?
Punch out.
All right, brother. Peace out. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Lost Boys Recovery. Don't forget to tune in Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for always new topics. There might not always be a topic, but it'll always be a good time. And hopefully we see you next time. All right, guys. See you later.